All right, everybody, thank you for coming and welcome back to Spelljammer 998. It is the night of the 6th of Ron. In game, this is session 18. And last week on Spelljammer, normally I get to read these ahead of time, but that didn't happen today. Thankfully, it's short. Last week on Spelljammer, you guys staked out for a little while a manor you were directed by Bree Silverport to go check out and, for lack of a better term, steal or obtain an item that she believed to be there. After doing some staking out and having some very unfortunate luck, you guys found out eventually that you had been made before you made it into the house. And the noble, who later revealed himself, or later was revealed to be a vampire, Charmed Echo, used this leverage to lead you all into the house and attempted to pry into why you all may be here and if you had anything of value that he felt was valuable. You gather he didn't seem that to be the case, as you were set upon by his minions. A couple of vampire kobolds and a vampire spawn. You guys handily dealt with the minions that got the... I won't say got the drop on y'all, it wasn't a surprise run or anything. Before perusing the rest of the house, you guys stumbled across a trap or two. You triggered one trap, which the Buggo boys pretty deftly managed to remove you guys from. Sorry, that was probably loud. Before making your way to Elzar's collection and pilfering everything in there that you could find. Before you continued to explore the house and eventually found what appeared to be the vampire study, which I feel like fairly quickly came to fruition that this was not quite his actual study. You guys did manage to find a false chest that led down below the manor to a subterranean set of chambers from which you guys stumbled into. I shouldn't say stumbled, y'all found. And upon proceeding your way down there, you guys found this rather open underground space. Also, you should all be able to see now. We'll cover that in a second. Hold on. Pardon. You guys discovered that all that red-looking blood on the map is actually this kind of black liquid. I think Demos took a vial for testing, and Echo dipped an arrow into the liquid darkness to get a bearing on what it might do. You guys quickly realized you were not alone in this hallway. It's kind of big for a hallway, but I don't want to call it a foyer either. Chamber? Whatever you want to call it. Quickly realized you were not alone, and that Elazar and what seemed to be the rest of his posse was also seemed to have been awaiting you in this chamber. So I know that there was some dialogue from Elazar at the end of last session. We're going to rewind to before that, to just the however many things he said to right before that, and that's where we will pick up session, as you guys all kind of realize that you're not alone in this chamber. Questions, comments, snide remarks, anything I forgot, friendly warnings, shenanigans.
If you look on the map, you'll see the rootinest, tootinest bug boy in the west.
Goddamn right you will.
Look at him. Look at that hat.
I've pulled up Echo. I assume I'll run him since he's not present, if that's cool.
For sure. I will also pull it up just to be able to give you a hand in the event that you need it.
I gotcha. I am down to one screen. There's only one HDMI port and no VGA cable on the back of this thing.
Yeah, VGA is antiquated now. Let me see here.
Oh, yeah?
That's okay. I had something plugged into VGA the other day.
It's weird. It has a port for it, and there's a black part in there, and it says, like a solid plastic piece that says, do not remove. And then there's an HDMI port below it that's also blocked out. And I'm like, eh. I guess it has the capability for them to be added in, but they do not.
I think the cap is just a cap. You'll have to send me a picture of it. I think
It
you are.
says do not remove on it. It's like a...
That's
but
weird,
I'll
because most of the time when they send hardware, like, they'll keep the ports covered up with a little piece of plastic to protect the port entrances, but you just rip those off, so...
None of the other ones were capped, like the regular There is one HDMI and then 3 of the display ports.
Hmm.
I'll poke around more on it tomorrow. I didn't really have a whole lot of time to look over everything today.
I have a display cable I'm not using, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think it's-
I didn't hear no more shenanigans. So, we come to, as Elazar, a rather vicious-looking gnoll. It's this guy. Elazar's back here. I need to get a stat block pulled up. And these floating, decapitated heads that are kind of swirling around these two.
Damn, I hate floating decapitated heads.
Same. It's
worse.
part of me really wishes that they were like Ernie from Harry Potter, just flying around cackling. That's not really what they look like. If you scroll in on these tokens, there's 3 different kinds, and there's actually all 3 in the picture because the way the picture is, I could not just show one. It's dumb. So enjoy the weird looking Gorgon head. These are not Gorgon heads, but that's the one you can see the best. Anyway, so Demos had kind of stepped up forward. I think you guys are carrying, or it's pitch black in here, but Demos has lit a drift globe, and I'm going to move y'all's drift globe up here with Demos, so that it sheds some light on. Say what?
I forget that it's like a person.
Yeah, Claire token. We don't actually need it anymore now that I've reverted the lighting to the old school lighting. So y'all should be able to see this whole hallway. Speak now if you can. Perfect. And so as you guys become aware of the posse waiting down here, you guys can see Elazar definitely standing to the back of these. I don't want to call them minions. They're not quite as expendable. And he says, "It is obvious. If you have not left with your treasure, you are looking for something else. I believe we could part amicably if you are willing to negotiate."
Deimos, realizing that he's the furthest forward by a good bit, allow us a moment to consider. And we'll walk, not quickly, but purposefully back to the rest of the group. How do we feel about that? Do we want to try to see if we can bargain it, or do we want to fucking fight a vampire? Because
I'd rather not fight a
We're gonna end
vampire.
up fighting him regardless.
I kind of want to fight him, but like,
Part of me feels like he's not going to leave here. Like, if we negotiate and bail and then later find out he's been eating people and we're not down with it, I guess we can come back. I don't know. I don't know about smacking this dude.
can I make a check? How publicly acceptable are, I guess is what I'm thinking, are vampires in Eberron society? Is it much different from, are they as abhorred as they are in most worlds? Yeah. Or are they...
Yes. I would say even without a roll, they are, to use a coined term, creatures of the night. You know, they do subsist by feeding on blood. Most non-undead find them abhorrent. You know, it wouldn't be uncommon, it wouldn't be unheard of to hear of some vampires that are not a menace to mortal society, but for the most part, they all are selfish, self-absorbed, out for their own interest, and don't mind feeding on people. You don't have to make an insight check. You know that this one apparently worships the Shadow, which is a rather evil aligned entity.
I mean, what are our thoughts? Yes, no?
I mean, I'm down to
Fair amount.
throw some blasts.
Down to tussle? Here two down to tussle?
I feel like we're tussling regardless. You know,
Yeah.
like he's gonna pick a fight.
And
That's
he
what you're
might,
after.
he might would have let it slide, but I don't know. If you guys want to fight him, I guess I'll brandish weapons at some point. He's in the back, yeah. I don't know who that guy is in front. He's got the floating heads around him.
The thing in
knoll.
front is a knoll.
So, like a zombified hyena human hybrid. Like,
they're not
think of an
zombified outright, but I guess he is undead.
Jesus.
It's a vampire knoll. What the stat
vampiric style hyena thing.
All
I can make that
is
here.
Full Metal Alchemist. Ugh.
Let me to make this token bigger so y'all can see it, because the art is really cool. Look at this guy.
Bada bing.
Very creepy looking.
I see you.
He's bipedal though, yeah. I see his. I think that's his leg. It's kind of hard to tell from this.
I think they are bipedal. He's real crouched down there for that shot.
Yeah, so I think it's if a knoll kills a person and a hyena eats of that flesh, the hyenas turn into gnolls.
Got to
It's
be
like
a
it's
specific
cyclical
knoll to
thing.
do the killing, but yes.
Yeah.
Give me my stat block up, damn.
I think maybe we start the interaction by at least talking with him for a second, seeing what kind of deal he's trying to barter. I reckon if we can get close enough, maybe we could get a, unless something like crazy happens or we hear a mega appealing offer, Mike can get a surprise round because he's not expecting it.
Deimos will pop a message around the circle. It's a cantrip, so it'll take me a few seconds, but he'll pop around. We should be prepared with a word or phrase that, when spoken, we all know to get the jump on them. The more we can hit them outright, the better off I think we are. The skulls, are they flaming skulls? Like,
They're not.
Are they regular skulls? Like,
They are.
do they have an aura of necrotic energy, or?
So I would say
guess
you can probably definitely tell they are undead. These guys. Oh, it doesn't tell me what they're made out of. They are severed heads of. Oh, okay. Never mind. So they are severed heads. These are probably more gnolls, whose heads have been cut off and are kind of floating around. They're not on fire or anything like that. This says they're technically tiny, so they're not quite as big as their tokens represent.
I feel like we could take them. Like, we could, if we get the blast off right away, I think we can give him a pretty fucking good run for his money. But what should our action word be? And who's doing the talking? Randy, you're rather proficient and persuasive. Maybe since you're the one on the fence, it could... Randy.
I'll tell you, I'm not particularly persuasive, but I am down to go, I guess, initiate the conversation and at least make it feel like a negotiation to start.
What'll be your code word to let us know shit heads south?
Well, I can send it telepathically, so...
And all of this is telepathic, by the way.
I think I'm going to use...
Well, message you have to speak, don't
you? I have to speak, but they have to... They don't have to, excuse me. I do, but they don't. But he's telepathic, and he can hear our response mentally, can't you? Or is that...
I think I can hear you. I don't know how that actually works as far as how I receive your communication, but I know that I speak to you telepathically. I assume that you speak back to me telepathically. That's how we've treated it in the past.
I think they can respond telepathically. That's how Firecranes speak.
Right.
So he can bridge the communication gap. Intent being that we're being subversive about it. Silent about it, I suppose.
I mean...
I
could always just send back, someone has astral crabs.
Someone has astral crabs?
Oh my god.
And that'll let you know.
You know what? Alright, I'm about it, actually. Let's...
Session title, Astral Crabs. Okay.
Alright. So let's mosey our way. Should we get close? Keep a
Yeah,
distance.
I'm gonna
I
I'm gonna
can-
approach. That way, if we get the surprise round, I'm within striking distance of something.
Let's look at our 30 feet here. Get a good idea of where we want to cut. Where's my ruler? The son of the.
Did it
bitch.
go away? That happened to me the other day.
Oh, they're all under one thing, and you have to swap through them. That's dumb. So, 30 feet from this fuck, it's right about here. If we get just a little beyond that, you'll be within range of at least 3 of them, I think. If when you say that, I can pop off something that can get a great many of them in a narrow space, but
Yeah, I don't.
you're not going to want to be there when.
I won't get within too far range. I guess slight coordination. Since you're the spell blaster, I'll ask you and Zephyr what kind of area effect stuff you got, and make sure that I stay sort of out of the blast radius and let you go first if we get a surprise round. That's my plan. As soon as I see the spells pop off, charge straight in. Katana's brandished, ready to roll.
Zephyr, what do you have in the nature of AOE?
I actually am not sure if I really. Hold on. I might actually. While I'm looking.
I feel you.
I'm like, I don't usually have to. I think all of mine's single target.
Let me check my druid
That's cool,
spells
too,
real
'cause we
quick.
can. Oh, I forget you're spellcaster too. That's right. Oh, and Echo. I don't
Yeah,
think
me too,
Echo
dude. Me fucking
Yeah, all
too.
of mine are single targets.
Yeah, Echo doesn't have a whole lot.
He has Hex and Lightning Lure, but that's it for damage stuff.
I will say, while you all are discussing, since you've been discussing for a second, he
Oh,
will
I have entangled, by the way.
he will pipe up. I'm not moving or anything. You say, you still haven't told me what you are here for.
Yeah, that was on purpose.
That's a solid response.
I'm just like, hey, that's what we're discussing over here. We're trying to come to a unified conclusion.
You broke into a vampire's home and didn't know what you were looking for.
Hey, you chill out, alright? We didn't know what you. I thought I was coming here to trade with some random old guy, and surprise, surprise, you took a bite out of my buddy's neck the minute we walked in your house. We didn't know what we were stepping into either, pal.
Yeah, we don't tell you how to do your job.
Well, it's good that I think that y'all are funny, because the vampire I do not think would think y'all are funny. But
I mean, to be
Anyway.
fair, it's not like
Quarters
you
of the way.
posted. It's not like you posted "Vampire lives here." You know, we had no way to know. We were told that you were some eclectic old trader who had rather a collector.
I did have a collection upstairs. There is a fortune in that collection. What else could you want? Leave now with your lives.
To be fair, we don't have a name for this or a description of it, so I don't know.
You You do technically have a description. I just haven't put it into actual words.
Yeah. So what? What do I tell him?
It's a black
what we're
shiny
looking for.
thing.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
I was about
black
to say
rock.
you can just say that you
Like
describe the object to him.
Yeah, we just got down to it.
Before we do, so you have entangle that makes it difficult terrain, or does it actually
It
stop
blocks
movement?
them down. If they fail the check.
Mm-mm.
Entangle, I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right. If they fail the check,
There
it does.
is a version that is just difficult terrain, but this one I think is.
Yeah, even if it doesn't like restrain them, it still makes it difficult.
Difficult terrain. It's like a 20-foot cube or 20-foot square or something.
Oh yeah, I think it's like 22. Yeah.
If you pop that first, and I follow with a fireball, they can lock them down to where they can't escape the boom. We can do a good bit of damage right off the bat.
The only reason I asked is because I was curious if, with entangle being what I assume is like plants or vines, if using a fire-based AOE might destroy it.
Yeah.
Versus popping that first and then trying to lock them down immediately after the blast with an entangle.
That's a good point. Then
Actually, that is a better idea. Yeah.
if we do that, the odds are, I feel like this gentleman is going to end up passing my save for the DC. Like He's a vampire. He's pretty dexterous.
Yeah,
have
I'm,
some-
I'm multi-class, so my save's not very high.
maybe. Well,
What
no.
was the
Let's
blast radius for
let's do
Fireball?
fire then root.
What was
Scorch the
blast?
earth, grow it back.
Yes, that's my ducks. What's the
Ducks,
blast
okay.
radius for Fireball? Is it 60?
I think it's let me double check.
I think it's
a 20
30,
foot
so it
radius.
is like 60. 20?
I think it's a 20-foot radius.
I
So
thought
it covers
was-
like 40 feet altogether.
That was
Yeah.
good. It's gonna cover the hallway. It's big.
Yes, I would think though if you cast it towards the back, at least it would keep me from being in the radius, even if I was in like within 30 feet of them, because you're
Good
casting
news
it at
is-
them, not me.
They're all within that radius fairly easily.
All right, I think here's the plan. I think I'll walk forward. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna start describing the object that is that we're looking for, and explain to him that I think that we might be able to reach some sort of agreement, but I want to hear what it is he's trying to offer, aside from our lives. And then
Learn what it is too, because I think that's valuable knowledge to have in this instance.
and then I'll
Before
stop
we hand over this.
within, probably 20 feet of the first two-ish, so that I won't get blasted up in the fireball, but I'm still close enough to have a little extra movement if I need it. And
That's very doable.
if I don't like what I hear, I guess I'll send the signal and let you guys go first, and then I'll charge in.
Say it again for me.
Someone has astral crabs.
Someone has astral crabs. All
I
right,
was gonna
thank-
say Alvin's hot juice things.
I'm gonna lean to Zephyr. I don't know if it's a Thri-Kreen thing or what, but I love it. I'm here for it. Colloquial terms should be respected.
I'm gonna.
Oh, accusing someone of having astral crabs is a dire insult.
I see you giggling over there, and I'm gonna telepathically reach out to Drix and be like, I don't know what's so funny. I'm kind of hungry. I'm actually asking if someone has astral crabs. And then I'll start walking forward.
While
I'll
while
be a
Randy
step behind.
while Randy is telling us what he says, Joey, can you please find some? It doesn't have to be
Oh, yes.
battle tunes, but something
got you.
tense would be appreciated.
Yeah, it'll take just a second. I gotta log back into my SoundCloud. Shit.
That's fine. The only thing I don't want you to play is the space battle music. We're saving that.
That's too bad.
First base battle is almost coming.
Yeah, no, I want to save it for the next shit battle.
Oh, I'm not logged into Appalachian Dragons.
Yeah, we haven't had a shit battle in a minute.
For sure. I need to color some more ships. I'm going to do that eventually. All right, Randy, what do you say as you walk forward?
I'll start walking forward, and I'll just explain. I'll be like, all right, listen, I'm interested in hearing what you want to say, because, I don't know, to be honest with you, the guys upstairs weren't particularly easy. I gotta assume that you guys are even tougher. We were sent here to try to find a very specific object. I don't know a ton of details about it, outside of it is some sort of shiny, black, rock-like thing. And I actually produce, I guess, well, I don't want to do that. I didn't get a ton of details outside of that. I don't even know what it really does. Someone told us that it was here. We were hoping to trade for it, and then, well, you know what happened upstairs.
So I would say even without a check, when you describe the object, he does look a little grim. I don't want to say like his whole complexion sours, but you catch a little downturn of the mouth, and like you get the idea that to him, talking about this just got, finding a amicable way out might have just got more difficult for him.
Oh, fun.
And he tells you, he says, "You are here for a piece of darkness." He actually produces it from his robe. And you guys can see that, like, it doesn't touch his hand. It kind of floats. Since you can all cast spells, you guys realize that he is likely using this as a spell casting focus.
Fun.
And he tells you, he says, there is a reason this was down here and not with the rest of my collection. Parting with it could be difficult. He says, don't really know what it is. For starters, would you be willing to return the rest of my collection? Now I'm getting sly sounding.
I reckon that depends on what your next list of demands is. If it starts getting too steep, you're gonna have to think real hard.
Oh, this is spoopy. I like it. He says, I think that would be my first requirement. I swear to God, I'll get rid of the southern accent eventually. If we could start theirs, I believe we would have a platform to negotiate from. He holds it up. He says, "This is an ancient artifact, crafted from pure darkness." He points to the liquid darkness you guys have already found. He says, "It made that possible. I have been studying it for some times. It is of great values to me. But it is not worth my lives." And he gives a gesture. He says, "You come chasing darkness. Do any of you know the darkness?"
Calm down, Bane. I look back at the group and I'm like, I have no clue what he's talking about, but
Cardo's like, well, there's a dark place where my memory was. Other than that,
When
You
when
gonna
Cordo's
teach
voice
him?
comes out, when Cordo's voice comes out instead of Drix's, he kind of turns his head to look at you, and there's a brief span of silence. There are two of you in one body.
yeah, it's a whole thing.
I might reconsider those spores now.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he kind of looks away from Drix.
Jake's sort of kind of perk up a little bit.
He says,
Cordo wiggles
He's like,
excitedly.
my friend, you already have them.
"That is good to know.
Had it for about an hour.
I can look more into that at another times. But you all seek an ancient artifact. I am curious what has led you to this thing, and how you knew it to be here. I could consider this part of the payment."
Who sent us here is none of your concern. Our intention was to retrieve it. The reasons why, unnecessary. If we tell you, you'll seek retaliation. Professionals know to keep their mouth shut.
I was about to say, I like to think he makes a face that, like, he makes a face like he would never do that, and it's just very obviously fake. Yeah.
Me?
If you will allows me, I intend no harms. He reaches slowly into one of his coat pockets and takes out glasses. Not a monocle, glasses. And you guys watch him, still being very, what's it called? When you're doing things, god damn it. You're doing them slowly and with purpose so that everyone knows you're not trying to fuck shit up. There's a
Very
particular...
deliberately.
Thank you! Deliberately. And as he puts them on, you guys, so, anime style, like the glasses
Like the little flare.
Yeah, but the flare doesn't go away. it stays there. And you guys watch him. He only turns his head a little bit as he seems to be looking at all of you in turn. His gaze lingers on Zephyr for a time.
Oh, don't look at me.
Uh,
I'm just gonna kind of.
And when he gets done, he puts the glasses away. He says, "You all carry a collections of your own. I believe you have enough things to perhaps, if you would be willing, to expand my collection and return my collection. We could reach an agreement, but," and he looks hard at Zephyr, "one of you has been kissed by darkness. I am very interested to know what is on your leg, young man."
Zephyr in darkness, sitting in a tree.
I mean, this whole thing. This is just my stump. It's just a metal stump. Just unsuspecting metal stump.
He gives you a disapproving look, but doesn't press you any further. He
Good.
says, "I have one more alternatives. Here are my terms. You can return to me my collections and expand it by 2 items. Or you must face my champion." He gestures to the knoll, and he gestures to all the people in front of him, the knoll and the heads. He says, "Through darkness, this creature was wrought. Should darkness see fit to unwrought it, I would be willing to pass this piece to another."
So we can give him 2 things or fight the thing?
You suggesting that we have a gladiator battle in this hallway of yours?
Oimano?
Why not? You all seem confident. You kill my champions, my chances look much more grim.
If we kill your champion, why stop there?
I do not expect to go without taking a few of you with me.
Don't we all?
Would this not be more professional to take the object and go after you have won your contest?
He did. That is a pretty easy out, guys.
Yeah, I telepathically shoot back, and I'm like, I don't hate it. We still get a fight.
The gladiator thing sounds pretty lit, not gonna lie. One-on-one battle in the middle of a vampire castle?
Well, that's
Well,
the question.
I'm sorry that
pretty hardcore.
I misspoke a little. The heads will be involved too. He's the only one that won't be involved.
So all of us versus all of them.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I'm down with that. I think we can win that fight.
All right, I
Kill him too, but you know.
we talked about
See how you're feeling after the fight.
I think
That's
we're
a
talking
good
about professionalism. I think I still would have tried to get the surprise round. Like I think I'm still out of range. I don't know about blowing him up, but
Well, I don't know about you, Randy, but I'm getting pretty hungry.
yeah, I think someone
You might know
has some
something.
astral crabs.
No, I don't know.
Fireball.
So I just want to be very clear. If you guys just up and attack and don't respond, he's going to assume you're coming after him too.
Yeah.
I kind of am.
That's
Well,
fair.
I don't know.
It's me personally. I should.
I feel like this guy could be a valuable ally later, though.
That's thinking in a.
And the one thing I will say is if our options are to give over his stuff that we took plus some of our stuff, or to take down just his minions and not have to fight him, That's one less person to
Let's-
have to contend with
yeah.
in this fight, so I think that's probably the better bet. We can see how we fare, and then decide how we want to react.
Agreed. Yeah. All right. Well, let's fucking go. We'll take your challenge.
Big old vampire grin. Eyes turn red. All that fun stuff. Excellent. I am hungry to see which side the darkness chooses. Everyone roll initiative.
Initiative!
So he
I'm gonna
is
show off I'm gonna show these spores
Ooh,
off a
a
little bit.
19. But
He
one
is
good roll.
the vampire is on this initiative, but we are going to ignore him because I thought for a second y'all were going to try to fight him.
Did that? Not
Well, I mean,
say-
We nearly
Yeah.
did. I just wanted to get the surprise round against the beast.
Oh, there it is.
honestly, but whatever.
Nice. Okay, sorry, those came in kind of funky. My first one is actually for Echo.
The 15 is for Echo? The 8 is
No,
for Echo.
The 8 is for Echo. The 15.
The 15 is for you.
Um,
What do you got?
he said something about like spore studying, and Drix is kind of way on board with that.
Yeah, Drix is like, oh boy, new friends.
A cure? What?
Another.
I like Drix will get some stuff. I have some stuff laid out for Drix, like the stuff that we talked about. Y'all just haven't got to that quest yet. Okay. Oh, interesting.
Deimos needs to go get checked for spores, apparently.
Zephyr, what's your dexterity score?
My dex?
Yeah.
Oh. My dex
They
is
don't-
14.
They don't show up in the standard test.
14. Did you just what test? Sorry, I thought of COVID test when you said sport check.
Like,
No, that
like,
was the-
I got
that was
to go
the-
get tested for herpes or for
Yeah.
the clap or for,
The colonoscopy.
You-
Colonoscopy.
That's
Anyway.
those are two wildly different
I
things.
know. My brain's all over the place tonight. Okay, so he gets to go first. He being the vampire, he's not going to do anything because you guys agreed to his challenge. So he will actually just take a step back here, out of the way, looking pleased with the results. He seems genuinely excited to see how you guys fare. Zephyr, it's your turn. Randy, you're on deck after an enemy.
Wait, why am
Oh, it's
I
my
after
turn.
Zephyr?
You're rolling 18.
I rolled, but I have advantage. I actually rolled a 19.
You're rolling 19. Why did it put the 18 in there? You're gonna go before Zephyr because your dex is higher.
Boy, my dex
Yeah.
is up there.
Look at you dexterous fuck.
Zephyr, you're
So
after
he-
Randy.
Got you.
I am within.
I'm gonna move these guys around a little bit. Oh, well, I guess I won't. I was gonna move them, but I won't.
You can if you want to. I mean, I assume that we sort of staged the field a little bit and squared off, so you do whatever you want.
I was gonna pull them up. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say you
I moved
guys.
to the 25-foot point. Randy, I think, said earlier he went to the 20-foot
Yeah,
point.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say-
see Randy on the map if you're here, by the way, dude.
Randy's right here.
I do not see him.
You don't see this?
I do not. I see a rug.
That's weird.
I see
me.
Zephyr Drix and...
Oh, I don't
Let me refresh.
see him
my-
either. Yeah.
They don't see your token, friend. Let's see if I can fix that.
Your permissions got unpermissed. Impermissible?
Fix that. So
Verboten.
you can see his represents controlled by General GM notes. General. Oh. Can you see him now?
No.
Refresh y'all's page.
Page refresh.
Still nothing.
Let that map load.
Gotta refind it.
Why would it do that? So let me try one. Let me try one thing. Can you guys see the one I just dropped?
If you dropped it in the same area, no.
What?
Bro, that's
We-
weird.
Forbidden Randy.
We broke something today, Josh.
Maybe whatever mapping you did, remove it, but that I don't see why that would cause
It's not
this.
there anymore.
Is your map on... Your map is on a map layer, or is it on the regular image layer?
He
You
should
might-
only have
Ah.
access. He should only have access to the token layer.
Yes, but is the map on the token layer, or is the map on its... On
The
map
map
layer?
is on a map layer.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say that maybe that was the... He was, like, on top of it, but...
I thought there was something I had to do to make y'all's tokens seeable to each other, but I don't know what it was. Because like everyone can see Randy's character sheet.
What?
Like I've
Randy-
made sure that's it.
Randy, why don't you drag a token down? Did Devin do the one earlier? You.
Hang on, let's see. Oh, okay, hang on. Can you see that?
Negative. Okay. Well, we can use our cleric for Randy.
I mean, let me. Oh, I can't go get. I can. Hold on. I know there's a goddamn token around. No, really? Wow. I've archived too many maps. I know Randy's token is on one of these old maps. Let's see if I copy paste it, if y'all can see that, because that's going to be kind of confusing for y'all. I hate to stop for technical errors, but that's kind of confusing. Oh, what? Can you guys see this? It didn't control V it. Fuck.
Right click paste, see if it'll do that.
On this map, someone wrote "got hippodixed."
Sorry, what?
It's on the Swamp Pit map, and someone wrote "got hippodixed." I also see Neogi Caviar.
I don't know where Hippodix came from, but
I think it's like hippodrixed, maybe?
Okay, wait. Can you see
There
me
he is.
now?
I see you.
Okay.
I see both of them now.
So, for some reason, I had to go in and I had to select the token that was on the map and then choose use selected token when editing my sheet. And then it said shared to 7 players. So, there we go. Figured it out. It was me, I guess.
Y'all can see both of them?
Can you delete one of those
Yeah, I
guys?
can see both.
Yeah, I'm going to delete the big one then. Alright, Randy. What you got, my friend? Zephyr, you're on deck. Demos, you're after a couple of enemies.
Alright, well, I'm gonna head straight at this guy and see what his metal looks like.
Whoa. Randy just going at it.
get it.
I'm gonna use the old... I'm gonna use the trusty katana, and I'm gonna try booming blading as well.
Ooh, that's a solid play. What'd you roll to hit? 16? I'm afraid 16 just barely misses.
Ooh, yikes.
I'm sorry, friends. So just for clarity, please call out your rolls. I'll try to remind you guys. I have the roll thing hidden because.
Okay. I will bonus action try to swing with the mithril katana and see if I do any better. And that's a nat 1.
Ooh. Okay. Nothing bad happens because I don't like trying to think of bad shit.
So then I stand still and cross my fingers.
Randy, miss! Oh, fuck. And that was the moment he knew he fucked up.
You fucked up.
It looks like you would have gotten to go before the vampire, which is interesting, but he was just going to take a step back anyway. Zephyr, you're up. You must be prepared.
Okay, so I guess I'll come up this way a little bit. I guess I should actually measure.
Tiny. And so you guys, I was going to say earlier before I got distracted, you guys are welcome to like place yourselves where you would have started the fight and then move from there, because that's what I'm doing with these tokens.
All right, fair.
Is this the space battle music? It's very creepy.
No, this is the boss music. Granted, a lot of the tracks are in multiple playlists.
Let me move where you go, where our recorder can see you guys all the way down here.
So, I mean, I guess it's just kind of my pick of the litter if we're all, whoa, my tool thing. It's getting weird. This guy right here, the big scary one. You said it was a whatever.
A Knoll.
Knoll vampire.
Yes,
Knoll,
ma'am. Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, ma'am. I don't know whether to call you sir or ma'am during game.
Ma'am, sir.
Ma'am, sir. Yes, ma'am, sir.
Alright, we're gonna pop off with some Eldritch Blast, I guess. That's my classic. I get 2 of them bad boys, and wow, a 12 and 11.
Right,
Oh,
that
no.
did not hit you. A little worried about clipping Randy. Kind of send them wide over the top. Randy, you miss, and then immediately feel over top of you. Or, well, I know some of you have played Baldur's Gate now, but the Eldritch Blast in Baldur's Gate is the best visual representation I've ever seen. It's so cool.
It is really cool, yeah.
It's fucking neat.
Like, I didn't even get to see what like the name was. I saw it, and I'm like, that's an Eldritch Blast.
It's cool. I've always thought of them as like a little ball that like arcs, like a not even like a Mario Fireball almost, but that representation is so much better.
Yeah, I like the laser beam kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
Same. Changed the way I thought about Eldritch Blast. Okay, Zephyr, do you have a bonus action?
I do not.
You do not, Herb. I'm sorry to hear that.
Bonus action is to cry.
We have to get you some bonus actions. I'm gonna think about that.
I really do need some bonus actions. 'cause
I'm not good at thinking, but I'll do my best. All right, let's see here. This guy here. Since Randy's right there, Randy, they're called Death's Head. This Death's Head is going to swoop down on you. They do fly around, so they have a flying speed. This is a gnashing one, so it only gets to make one attack. Oh, I turned that off. Why are you rolling shit? Does 21 hit? I'm assuming it does.
It does, but I'm gonna finally use my shield reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Randy. I'm gonna see how much
My
damage.
eyes shine white, but not from the portent, but because a single tear has drifted down my cheek.
And it's mostly because
Get
I'm at the
back
top
in
of
there,
initiative,
Pierre.
so I get that +5 for the whole rest of the round. Good luck hitting
Yeah.
these
You
sinners.
do.
Oh, God,
That's a
it's-
solid point. Good job. This guy.
I look back at Deimos and wink.
Deimos gets the equivalent of goosebumps. I guess all of his scales just kind of like ruffle for a second, like ooh.
Damn, that's close. This one here is going to
Oh,
rush forward. Yeah, that was close.
Closer than I thought you could.
It was 30 feet. It was barely 30 feet. I had to check. Like, I had to stop it at 29.99. I was like, oh. But they only get to make one attack. It's going to try to bite you. They're all trying to bite you. These are the gnashing ones. A 7, I'm assuming, doesn't hit. Let me make sure they can't do anything besides just bite you. Yeah, it looks like that's right. So this one went. This is B. I don't think B is going to be able to reach. Is that within 5 feet?
Gross.
It is within 5 feet. Alright, Drix, here it comes. This guy's going to try to bite you. Even my dice roll faster. Thanks, computer. So, 21 hit Drix? I'm assuming it did.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's 13 damage total. It's technically 7 piercing and 6 necrotic. It rolled really well on those rolls. But nothing bad happens to you. You don't lose any maximum health or get turned to stone if it were a Gorgon head or anything like that. Demos, you're up. Drixter on deck.
Ghost. I like starting with Old Faithful. We've not landed a hit so far this round, and that's very disheartening because we talked a lot of shit. We're not backing it up. So, Amos is gonna pop. Well, now that I've got this one in my face, that might. It's just snapping at me. Yeah, I'm not phased by it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop 7 charges of the magic missile wand at the knoll. So altogether, that is 6 plus the 3, 9 d4 plus 9. Reroll that. 9 d4 plus 9. 10, 12, 22, 31 points of damage to just a knoll vampire.
31 damage. Or is that out of your wand? Is that what you said?
Correct. Because I did roll it from the wand and I used all the charges, I have to roll a d20.
See if the
Oh,
thing
a 2.
happens.
I think it's only a 1 that it does it on, but I'm going to double check because that's pretty fucking low.
I think you're right.
We've got 3 of them though, so I'm not exactly worried about it.
Yeah, I was
but-
gonna say, did we distribute those at all beforehand? I can't remember.
I think
Drix has one?
I think both of
Yeah,
you
I
have
have
one
one,
because we
yeah.
were planning on the infiltration.
Yeah, I forgot that I had that. I never actually put it in my inventory. I'll fiddle with that in a minute.
Demos, do you have a bonus action?
I do not think so.
Drix, you're up. Yeah, I don't have a turn tracker. Do you have one now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect.
All right. Start your day off right by
Each
popping my
week.
symbiotic entity, Dishoom.
There you go. Pop them shrooms. Take them shrooms.
Yeah.
Release those shrooms? Oh.
Read your seed?
Yes, it too. And
Yo, your mouse is bright. I'm jealous.
Mine?
Alright.
This is actually not a very good brand.
My
Red Dragon.
template.
I shouldn't say that. Red Dragon is a wonderful product, and I endorse them 100%.
I'm part of the Razer cult. You already know this.
Hey, my first mechanical keyboard was
All right.
Red Dragon, and that sucker worked. It was a workworkhorse.
My
Drake.
keyboard is a steel
That was your
series,
bonus action, right?
which is clickety, and I like it.
What's
yes,
that?
was my bonus action. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not me.
There you go.
What you got for an action, Drix? That floaty head is within 5 feet of you. It had to be to attack you. But you also don't have to attack it. You could leave its range and take its opportunity attack and do whatever you want.
You know what? I'm gonna send it back.
Oh, woof.
23.
Okay. Roll your damage.
23, absolutely. Bam.
The next session is brought to you by Booty Ranger Variety Pack.
9
slashing damage.
with an additional 2 necrotic damage. So 11.
Yeet.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
You reach up and pop it with the heavy end of your Githka, and it almost hits the floor and it has to wobble itself back up. Solid round. Solid turn. Okay, I don't think you can do anything else, is that correct?
Yeah, I already did a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I already did your bonus action. Sorry, I don't have a mouse pad, so sometimes my mouse acts up. I have a mouse pad, it just doesn't fit here. Okay. Oh god, how are we gonna do this? How do I want to do this? Music's creeping me out, man.
Man who put us in a vampire's basement.
Yeah, sorry, vampire basements are cool.
Yeah, but you're saying it's creepy. Music's creepy. Ooh, it's perfect for this setting. What are you talking about?
Sorry, I'm kind of. This is probably an action to do. I'm trying to determine what order he's gonna do this in. He's not taking any damage. The gnoll is going to use its first action, its first turn, to take a bite and a claw on Randy. Oh, you have the shield up. He's gonna do it anyway. A 16 doesn't hit you shielded.
No.
17 doesn't hit you shielded.
Nope.
Okay. Randy and the vampire gnoll go round and round for this round, and they trade blows to no avail. I like to think when you both kind of can't find any purchase on each other, Elazar smiles. And then it is the final Death's Head.
Also,
Very evenly matched warriors.
I kind of want to flavor my shield a little bit. Instead of being like a traditional magical shield, it's more like I just go into like a weird zen state and like sort of guard with my katanas in a way to try and lessen the
The
impact on
Matrix.
Oh yeah, I think it's more. Imagine it as more of a parry than like a true shield. So it's just ching ching twing twing.
It's almost like your mithril katana becomes almost lightsaber-ish, and you're like he just said, bouncing shit off of it. I love that. So the last Death's Head is gonna come for you, Randy, since you're kind of up front fucking with the champion. Because they don't know what shield is. It didn't tell me what it rolled. It rolled a 5. Okay. Well. Congratulations, Randy, for being a total badass this round. It is Echo's turn. Then, Randy, you're up again.
Gotta carry us.
I'm sorry I didn't warn about Echo's turn. I didn't see it in time.
Is Echo on here? I don't think I saw him.
Don't see him where.
Oh no, he's at the bottom. I'm sorry, it cycled through.
Yeah, that's my fault. My bad.
No, it's annoying how it does that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw Ben's Eva meme. Y'all gotta stop with the Eva memes. I don't want to rewatch that again. My psyche can't handle that.
They've all been me, Devin. I'm sorry.
That's a Probably one of the best animes made in the last 30 years, but goddamn is it heavy.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Echo, what you got? Hi, Joe.
Oh,
what
I'm
you got?
sorry.
That's okay.
Echo. If I use a Flaro, is that fire damage? Like, is there any
The
combat?
Flaro is just a flare. It's not a
Gotcha.
fire arrow.
But if I hit it, something would burn.
I think so. I did not
Let's go
send.
with-
There was no workshopping what would happen if you fired it at somebody.
Part of me wants to experiment with that, but let's go with I think he's gonna go with he's gonna manifest his echo because this is the boss fight. I don't think I can mark that off on his sheet.
I think I can. I'll do it. Take him in action to do that. I'll find out.
A
You
bonus
just keep
action
going.
actually. And for his action, I'll go ahead and pop the longbow. I can't roll from his sheet, but plus 10 to this, a 29 to hit, which is very solid, and it does a D8 plus 5. And an 8. Fuck, echo coming out hard. Makes the echo, and
What
then
did he?
13 damage.
What was he after? Oh, I see. That's a 19 flat. 13 damage. What did he hit?
Oh, I'm sorry, the knoll.
Okay.
And I can't move him either. If you'll move him up with up here toward me and Zephyr.
Between you guys, does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just fire an arrow at the knoll. Gets a good shot in. Interesting point of order. We need to tell him about. It doesn't look like it cost him any resources to manifest the echo or to change places with it. Which is crazy.
Like,
I'll read over that
currently,
one.
it does not do that. That's a
Like
free,
a-
like a free action for his character.
It's a bonus action, but it doesn't cost him like a spell slot. There's no charges associated with it. That is kind of the whole point of that class. So Matt Mercer makes some really powerful shit. It's
God damn, he does.
a lot of people outlaw his shit or ban his stuff because it's really strong. But if y'all are all really strong, I get to throw CR18 creatures at you guys. So it's great. Randy, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna try again. Boom and blade this turd.
Heard.
Oh my god. Rolled a
15 does
15.
not hit. I'm sorry.
All right. 24. Does that hit?
For sure.
Cool.
Huh.
I'll at least get some damage in.
Do it.
And I guess I get sneak attack.
I think you do get that sneak attack. It's just you and him, isn't it? Oh, do you get it if his enemy, if his allies are nearby?
I think this is the only scenario in which I don't get it because I don't have an ally nearby and he has allies nearby. Let me double check.
Thank God we're not doing flanking.
But I think that's
Flanking
the
will stuff.
case. Yeah,
Flanking
no other
is cool.
creatures are within 5 feet of me. Cool. So no, I don't get it.
I will do that. 9 damage though as Randy lands the first strike on the knoll, cuts a big cleave into its hip. Bonus action? No, that was your bonus
That
action.
was my
Use
bonus
that second
action.
attack. I'm scared. Elazar's not going to do anything. Y'all have a deal. Move him a little bit just for fun. Zephyr, what you got? Demos, you're after some heads.
After some heads.
Joey's always
I
after
don't know.
a head.
Kinda like
I was like, "There's a joke there. I'm not gonna go for it, but thank you."
I kind of like staying back here out of sight, and I guess I'll kind of get if I move my token a little bit, maybe these rolls will be better. A 17 and 11, so one was better.
What do you hit? What are you trying to hit?
I'm still going after the same critter.
What did you try to hit last time? The knoll or the heads? One
No,
of the heads.
yeah, no.
The knoll. The 17 meets. So you
Yes, 8 force damage. Oh
You
boy.
did 8 damage to the knoll. Okie dokie. No bonus actions from Zephyr. Note to Devin. We should do something about that. Death's Heads. Alright, so this C here is going to keep going on Randy because it's right there to do so. That may be the wrong. Hold on a second. No, that was the right one. It didn't roll well at all. It rolled in that one, so sucks to be it. It looks like A is Demos. Gonna try to bite. Again, the head swoops down. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hit the wrong button. Let's see what it's got, Demos. A 10 doesn't hit Demos.
It does not.
And then the B, I think, is also on Randy, or is it the one that's on Drex? It's the one that's on Drex, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Next. Boop. Alright, Drex. A 10 doesn't hit Drex. Wow. I'm
does
rolling like garbage tonight, you guys. You should go fight all the things. Demos, you're up. Drex, you're on deck.
Can you move the cleric where Randy is? I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna pop an AoE thing, and I want to get a good idea of where he's occupied.
The cleric? Okay, I can just
Or
delete that
something.
token if it helps you.
I'm just saying something to have. I still don't see Randy, so I'm just saying.
Oh,
to give me an idea. Of
That's
where he's
weird.
at.
Okay, I'm gonna.
It's
So
'cause
he
it's
is
dark.
technically. What's dark?
Like, it's supposed to be dark in here, right? Is that what you're saying, or are you saying you don't see my token?
No, I do not see your token.
Oh, you probably have to refresh. I don't know.
Because Ben was saying he could see it now. So
I can see both of them. So.
Interesting. I cannot see him. I can see the token of the cleric and the knoll, and then the two heads, but no.
There's this
Randy.
one,
Well,
and there's this, and
That's
there's
funny.
this.
Oh, he sees several of them. This sounds like a roll 20's problem because we've deleted a couple of them.
yeah.
That's it. I don't see any of those.
I'm in the perfect square between all of the tokens right there. They got
Yeah,
me
he
boxed
is
in.
right smack in the middle now.
I gotcha. So I can't hit any of them with the 5-foot
Okay,
radius
got it.
without hitting Randy.
Yes, yeah. Randy is smack in the middle of those four.
I
I mean,
gotcha.
if it's a deck save, I'm brave. I don't know. It's up to you.
Do you have
Sage,
evasion
he's
yet?
brave. That is good. Good to know.
I guess you don't have evasion yet.
No, I don't.
Let me get the.
I'm a little curious, Demos, while you're pondering. Did you look at your item?
I did not actually. No, thank you for saying that. I'm gonna move out of this thing's range. It's gonna get a chomp on me.
Okay. A 14?
14 does not hit. Yeah, just barely. Thank you, Dragon Scales. Deimos is gonna pop down here, and I'm gonna hit a breath weapon in that little wedge where I'm gonna try to line up all three of them.
I don't think you can get all three and miss Randy. Are you trying to get Randy too?
No,
Are
no.
you okay?
And like a cone. If I wish I could. I guess
Yeah,
I
the
should
way
do it.
since
I'm right here.
Since Randy is right here, I don't think you can get this one without
So you
getting
could
Randy.
get these two clipped here if you wanted to, but you couldn't get this bag one without hitting me.
Let me reposition myself a bit here because I still had about 4 feet of movement. What I'm thinking is something like from this line to this line, and if
That's still
15-foot
Randy.
wedge,
That's still
I'm right in the
encompasses
middle of that.
Randy. Yeah,
only
you're
way-
that rightmost line from Demos' perspective runs right through Randy.
What
So the
about
only way
here?
You'll be able to not hit me. I mean, there's no way you can hit this one without hitting me straight up because
That's
I'm directly
still-
between
Yeah.
you and it.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, he's right.
wait. What do you mean? But are you not where the cleric is right now?
No, I'm right
That's
here.
what I'm facing.
He is in the middle of those 4 tokens. He's in
That's
that
what-
dead space in the
I see.
middle.
That's what I was asking earlier to put the cleric underneath him.
But then I can't move it. I will go ahead and do that, but it's hard.
Wait,
it'll be hard
4
for me to move it
tokens?
around.
I only see 3 enemies there.
It's the
I've
cleric
moved
is one of
I've moved the
tokens.
cleric to where he is now.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay, so
So you
I
can
see
clip
now.
the back too
But-
with a breath weapon if you angle it, but
Ah.
you're not able to hit that back one.
that makes me a little less excited to do this, but I'll go for it. 2 deck saves, please, senor. I'll reposition myself to.
So let me double check. This is D and this is the gnome. The gnome. The knoll. Dex
What is
saves.
it? Gnome skull.
The Death's Head rolled a 12.
Okay, that fails. It's a DC 13.
What's the damage for that? So I can go ahead and mark it off.
It's a 2d10 now. Now that we're level 5, so 12 lightning damage.
Neat. Alright, now I've got to do the knoll. Whoa. This may be the space battle music. That was the Castlevania entrance. That's the Castlevania theme from the original game.
Oh, is it? That's really funny.
The little that's how the thing
a bop.
opens up. I'm sorry that distracted me. I was
Actually-
triggered. My body took a screenshot.
I'm gonna tell you. I mean, you've already done your action, but I'm gonna tell you this. I have not used the reaction this turn, and I have absorb elements along with dexterity save being my highest proficiency skill. So if you hit me with it, there's a very low chance you're gonna hurt me badly, and I could return that damage to the next person I hit. It's up
So-
to you.
Well, two things. You don't get to return the damage you take, because that's what I used to think, and that's not
No,
always.
it's just you. It's
You do
a
get to
flat
re-roll
D6, right?
Well, I think you rolled for it.
But-
like it's a D6 or a D8 or something.
But you still get to do additional damage on the next turn. And
Correct.
Take half.
You said 9
so
damage,
question: would Deimos have seen in combat that Randy is evasive? I guess that's what I'm trying to say without getting too meta.
I think that at this point you've already cast a spell and we put damage on tokens and stuff, and we're good.
That's-
You said 9 damage for that though, right?
No, 12 damage.
Oh, damn. The null did fail.
Yeah, pop pop. And I do not have a bonus action, so I think that's.
Drix, what you got? Echo will be after some enemies.
Oh. What's
Sorry,
my
I'm still
window?
get over that. I was not expecting to hear.
So, Drix, you can see me like right here, right? You can see that token.
I couldn't see the one that was in the middle of all the other two.
What the heck? So you see other ones, but not this one.
There's like 2 other ones I see. Yeah. Hold on, that might be different. I had to look.
Fresh mine and it didn't change anything. I think it is a roll 20 problem. Is this the computer is goddamn just out of the fucking box? If it can't load a fucking token on a map, I'm gonna be very upset.
We were fucking around
Hey,
with this
look
token,
here.
trying to get stuff to happen.
Yeah, it's still weird. Well, all right.
What you got,
I'm gonna
Drix?
use about 20 feet on my movement speed. Move around here.
Okay, it does get an opportunity attack on you. This head here does.
Go for it.
Heard. Drix ain't scared. Oh, I hit the wrong thing again. A 9 doesn't hit Drix, so you keep going.
Hell no, it doesn't.
I've not rolled above like 14 this whole time.
Alright, swinging
No, don't.
at the no. 25 hit the no. Hit.
25 does hit the null. The grassy
God,
null.
dude, we are hit. We're working.
For real.
Yeah, y'all. The first round was awful. After that, y'all were like, okay, we gotta be
Additional
serious.
6.
The
Or
vampire
10
laughed
damage.
at us, and we were like, ooh, ooh. My
10
feelings.
damage. 10 damage. Alright. Oh no, I fucked up.
And then there's
All
a
right,
bonus
all right.
action attack. Assuming 8 doesn't hit.
Mm-mm. It was a pretty good turn though. Your little spore
Yeah,
thing
look
is
at
lit. You roll max damage
Oh,
and
yeah.
extra spore damage, which is cool. Alright, the null vampire gets to go. It's gonna do a thing. It's gonna use its. So you guys watch as Randy gets a hit on it. Drix comes up and smacks it with a spore encrusted Githka. It kind of shakes its head for a second. You see this big canine grin, and it cackles. I need everyone to make a wisdom save for me, please.
Oh, boy.
Everybody, make a wisdom save for me, please.
Whoa, nice. Scared the
Wisdom
fuck out of
save.
me.
Hey, can he make
Very
a con save real quick though?
He can. I will do that, yes, sir.
Because he started his turn in my spore cloud.
I see. So that moves with
Oh.
you. He rolled a 19.
Yeah, that passed.
Okay.
We did not do well.
You did not do well.
No.
Demos,
Yes.
Randy,
I got
and
20.
Echo. Demos, Randy, and Echo, you guys are frightened of the vampire knoll.
Yeah, yep, beat you to it, bud.
Joey's like, already there! So, for those of you that don't know...
Also, you can turn that on in D20 and it'll show it for you and like add it to your rolls and stuff like where it applies, which is really cool.
What do you mean?
Like the condition, like where you're under your hit points on your character sheets, guys, where the you can add it to your thing, and like if you're restrained, it'll give you the disadvantage on deck saves or the auto fail. I forget which it is, but it'll apply the effect,
Oh,
which is
that's
really cool.
You're not talking to me, I see. You are
Just
frightened
remember-
for 1 minute. You do get to make saves at the end of each of your turns, But what frightened means is you can't move any closer to it. I don't think you have to run from it, but you can't get any closer than what you are. I'll look that up here. So.
It's also disadvantage on attack rolls within line of
And
sight.
ability, attack rolls and ability checks.
So the main, if you turn it on your sheet, just make sure that you turn it off when you roll against anything but it, I guess.
That's fair, yeah.
Notice y'all can just roll twice for that particular attack. I think that takes its action. Oh, I forgot that this motherfucker should have been regaining health each round. It's a vampire. You guys watch some health as some of the injuries you have afflicted begin to knit themselves together. This was only its second turn. Okay. And then finally, I think this number D here. D is now a number. Hate to tell you guys. Is gonna try to hit Randy. Because that's right there next to Randy. Bam! It's gonna try to bite you, Randy. Another head drops down and tries to chomp you. A 5 is not gonna chomp Randy. Echo, you're up. Randy, you're on deck.
Echo is going to do an attack. He's going to do it with his scimitar through his thingamabob. Nope, no, he's not. The longbow does more damage. Alright, longbow to the skull closest. It's plus 10 to this. Oh, whoops, that was a d10 and not a d20.
I was excited for a second.
17?
That's a 17?
Yes, sir.
That will hit the death save.
And it's a d8 plus 5. So that's a 6. Never mind.
6 hurt.
He still just has... He's a fighter? He's level 5. He has extra attack, doesn't he?
He might be multi-classed.
I think he...
It just says custom lineage fighter 5. Yeah, he does have extra attack. I see it here now. Alright, so one more 20. Oh,
will not hit,
damn.
unfortunately.
Wow. Okay, sorry, dude.
Sucks to be Echo.
Oh, a 12 doesn't hit, so it's somewhere between a 13 and a 15.
Well, that 7 is more than 13, isn't it?
I said somewhere between 12, somewhere between 13 and 15 is the AC. Because
Is that 7 only 15?
No, that 7 is a 17
Okay.
plus 10. I thought or somebody earlier hit one of them for a 15. Maybe I'm misremembering that.
Randy, you're up. Zephyr, you're on deck.
Cool. Since we're at the top of initiative, I will tell you that it's 9:37 if you want to take a break here, but it's up to you. I'm ready to keep going.
I do have to pee, so let's go ahead and take our break. I'll see y'all in 5 to 10 minutes.
Cool.
I may not take the whole 10 this time. Anyway, back to the top of initiative. Randy, you're up. Zephyr, you're on deck.
Randy ain't scared of nothing, except for this weird hyena thing. Kind of scared of that.
Aren't you actually scared of that right now? You are
Literally.
actually.
Yes.
Aren't we all? Did anyone pass?
No, a couple of y'all passed.
I had a 20, yeah. I think
Yeah.
Well,
I think Echo also passed.
Drix ain't afraid of shit, and so that passes.
Echo did not
Zephyr's
pass.
been worse.
Zephyr and Drix are the only two that passed.
Oh, Zephyr.
Worse.
Zephyr did pass.
This is Zephyr's brave arc. Now that he's got the leg, he's having a complete 180.
Drix,
I know,
you got
right?
any of those?
It did wonders for his personality.
And apparently darkness is kissing his leg. I mean, motherfucker got pulled like nobody's goddamn business. I just want to say it now.
I
God.
rolled to seduce the darkness.
Zephyr does believe in a thing called love. Echo, you don't have any kind of like sentinel, not Echo, Drakes, you don't have any kind of like actual sentinel moves, right?
Nah, I don't.
I didn't think so. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna smack these stupid heads, at least one of them, hopefully.
Good.
I'm gonna attack this one, and I'm gonna try to booming blade it.
Testing. Sorry, I'm messing with my volume. Because I'm
it's a
tired
nat
of
20.
listening to myself pull air. Oh.
Oh!
Alright, so
Oh.
I'll roll this damage to start. I don't know what that does.
Okay, so what's going on here is because you double all the dice for a crit, it looks like it's already rolled everything for you. So like, it's rolled your damage dice twice the way it's supposed to. It's rolled your sneak attack twice the way it's supposed to. So that's technically 32 points of damage. Someone check my math on that.
I'll also
Asking me
roll
to
that
take
in
a
there
break.
for you for good measure.
Sorry, I was distracted. I was not
What
listening.
was this extra roll for?
It's for the booming blade that I put on it.
That's gonna get double 2, so that's 12 plus
Jesus
4.
Christ.
Well, so the 4 doesn't
Jeez,
actually
man.
do anything because that's if they move.
Oh,
So it's just the 6 that's
that
doubled.
whole. Well, that whole damage is just if they move, right?
No, so
No.
once I reach level 5, the first half of the damage is guaranteed on a hit now. So I'll roll once for a hit, and then the second one is if they move, they take additional damage now. The spell changes once you hit level 5.
So that's 12 damage on top of that 32 damage, which is
Right.
44 damage.
45.
40
And-
fuck is my favorite number.
And you can't move, baby. I think that rolled right. I've screwed this up in the past, but I think that rolled right.
No, that looks right. Just to make sure, that very first attack you made the nat 20 was a booming blade as well.
So that's the only attack I've done. Yeah, is that very first
Okay,
one.
I had to make sure that was right because it didn't say booming blade on it, so I
Yeah,
had to make
it's
sure I was
stupid
not
because
confused.
the way I have to roll it is I have to roll the attack first, and then I hit the actual roll for the booming blade, and that auto calculates the dice for me. It's odd. I have to hit
I
2
think
buttons.
there's a way to fix that. You might want to ask somebody that has more experience as a player than me. But how you want to do this?
It's a floating head, right?
Yeah.
Wait, you trying to hit the head or the knoll?
Well, I'm not going to swing on the knoll. Crap. I'm not going to swing on the knoll because I have disadvantage.
it's
So I was going to swing on the
disadvantage.
head.
Yeah, it is the head. Okay. You still fuck it up. How do you want to do this?
I think I would understand that I'm frightened, right? So like I think I'm kind of mad about that, and so I look at the knoll for a second, and, like sort of squint my eyes, and then I just turn to the left angrily, and I just take my katana, and with the absolute most pure rage that I can muster, I just raise it back behind my head, more like a hatchet, and just slam it down through its head, pin it to the ground.
Randy's mad. Okay. Randy's fucking.
Randy's mad.
What is the fucking
Randy's
character's
mad.
name? Randy's fucking Annie from Misery. Annie Wilkes.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
God.
And then I
Yeah,
said,
Now we
bonus action.
deal with Diamond Thieves.
I do still have a bonus action. I have a question.
Don't we all?
You know what? I'm not going to do that, actually. I'm just going to turn around after doing that, and I'm going to try to swing on this other head that's standing behind me.
Okay.
20 hit.
Mm-hmm.
For an additional... I don't think I get sneak attack on that one, because you can only do it once. So, 5 damage.
Heard. 5 damage to that. Randy turns, just skewers the head to his left, and then turns and with his other katana stabs up under the chin of the second one. Doesn't quite manage to kill that one. Elazar still smiling, does not do anything. Zephyr, you're up. Demos, you're after the heads.
Okay, so well, if I am throwing Eldritch Blast back here, I'm not going to be hitting Grix and Cordo, right? Or should I move in such a way that I can not hit them?
Are you trying to hit the knoll?
Yeah.
So, for this combat, I'm going to say no because I didn't do it earlier. But technically, someone standing in front of them like constitutes cover.
Right. Okay.
I forgot about that the first 2 times, so we will forget about that
Okay.
the rest of this combat.
Okay, that's what I was. Since my line of view is blocked, I got this flaming head, right?
Before you...
I guess.
So you said you
Guess
aren't going to do
since
that
he's
for
in
this
my
combat.
general. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna... Can I telepathically shoot a message out to Zephyr and just say, I think you're one of the only people here who can actually hit the knoll. Do what you want, but...
But my problem is if I do that and go this way, this one's gonna get. I guess I can Misty Step.
It only gets to smack you if you leave its range. It looks like you might have a hard time. What do they say in football? Splitting the safeties.
Yeah, how close do you have to be?
If she goes within 5, if he goes within 5 feet of either one of them, they get to hit him when he leaves their range.
But how close
Yeah,
do you have
that's
to be
what
for
I'm
the
worried
attack
about.
you're trying to do?
Well, I'm just
Notice.
trying to get in a range, like in a line of sight right now.
No, we can ignore that because I didn't. The first 2 rounds, I forgot about that, so we can ignore that for the rest.
I thought you meant like ignore what we did and then go forward.
No. I meant that I
Okay.
fucked up, so we'll keep playing.
Sorry,
the
I
way
might
we
have
played
been. I misunderstood that. So I'm just gonna sling it. I'm just gonna keep going for the knoll then, if that's the case.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we got a 24 out of that with 10 force damage.
Oh, I see. You got to roll 2 of them because you're level 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick, I get to roll wisdom save again, right?
At the end of your turn, yes, sir.
I rolled a 6. Continue.
Does not pass. I'm sorry.
You're still
fine.
scared.
Several unknown creatures get to go. Where is C? All right, Randy, here it comes. Go try and get bit. Maybe one of these skulls will bite one of you. A 12's not going to bite Randy. That kind of sucks. A is here. Demos left his range. He's gonna... Echo's the closest one, so that's what's going to happen. An 8 does not hit Echo. Wow. These heads have done nothing. They suck.
Love to
This
hear it.
one Here, where is A? A is dead.
You'll
Demos-
love to hear it.
Oh, A is not dead. Where's A? Show me A, you fuckheads. Okay. Randy,
And show your A's.
you are going to get one more attack. Did I roll an attack against you earlier, Randy? Like, literally, like 2 turns ago? Doesn't matter, it's a 5. Demos, you're up.
God.
God,
Alright.
that first head rolled like a 21, and after that, it's just been all downhill.
The only thing
Dang
I've learned from tonight is that the vampire should have fought you guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna skirt to the right here, and then I'm gonna pop. Oh, should I do? I don't want to save my spell slots.
So, weren't you
Yes, we
over
decided
here,
to do
Demos?
that.
Oh, it's dead. Never mind.
Let me go ahead and pop. Randy's still so close.
What did I do?
I'll go with another breath weapon. You alright?
I hit a button that minimized all of my tabs at once.
Oof.
It's all good now.
The panic. But yeah, I need deck saves from both of them, please. I'm gonna pop the
The Knoll Vampire and the Jigger. The other Jigger. The head.
Indeed.
Jigger.
The head rolled.
Trigger. Heads will roll.
11.
That fails.
Arden. Sorry, that was gross. 16 for the vampire. The Knoll
For
Vampire.
the Knoll. Do I want to portent that?
Do you want
No,
to-
it still takes half damage. It's 2d10. I'll live with
You
it.
still think you're gonna fight the vampire? I wouldn't
I'm-
hoard
I'm-
anything.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's gonna be 9 damage to the skull, and then 5 or 4, however you want to do that, to the Knoll.
We always round in favor of the player, so that's 5. Okay. Can you do anything else, Demos? Delacroix Grimoire. No bonus action. Strix, you're up. Echo is after some enemies.
All right. As we've established, the vampire knoll, being undead and all, does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit the knoll. I am sorry.
Boo. Damn. So- I didn't swing, so I don't have a bonus action. Alright, that's a
Heard. Good attempt, though.
predator.
Knoll Vampire. So several of you are afraid of it. It explodes and does 12 damage to all of you.
Really?
God.
No.
God,
Here for it. Let's
disadvantage
do
on
it.
the saving throw.
Okay.
Man, it doesn't get advantage for hitting anybody, but I guess since Randy is still the one like right in front of it, trying to fuck it up. Yeah, I don't think that's in its best interest. It's gonna take both of its attacks on Randy. The first one is a bite. Didn't roll well. Rolled really bad for the bite. Second one was a claw. 23 hits Randy.
Yes.
This-
Would a reaction attack also have disadvantage? It would. Never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
It would. You take 10 slashing damage as its claws finally find purchase on you. That is all it can do.
Well,
It's
Actually, I don't have anything else to use my reaction on. Can I swing on it anyway and just see what happens?
if you would like. Go ahead.
Okay, well, that worked out. I think, as long as a 21 hits.
Mm-hmm.
That's 8 damage.
You just don't get the sneak attack, I see. Okay. Okay. Death's Head D. Where's Death Head D? Is that the one that's dead? That's the one that's dead. Neat. Echo, you're up. Joey, are you there? Or should I go ahead and do Echo?
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that I'm.
It is hard to run two characters.
I will go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and scimitar this one close to Echo. He's going to make 2 swings on it. Well, he'll start with 1, see if it downs it. +7 to this, so a 23.
Mhm.
And he gets excuse me. That's a 1d6 +4. Pardon me. So that's 7 points of damage to that. If it's still up, I'll swing another.
It is still up.
Okay. That is much worse. That is a 11.
It's not hit. Sorry.
Well,
Takes this bonus action.
I'm seriously debating hexing the fucking vampire.
He is on initiative. If you hex him, he will do things on his turn in initiative.
I'm okay with that. I don't want to make this decision for the group, but we've kicked his. I don't know.
I mean,
I
let's
know-
be real though. We've only actually taken out one of the enemies this whole time, and we've been here
we
for.
need to wait if we're
But
gonna do that.
The knoll is very close. The couple
it
of
very
skulls
close?
I'm betting are pretty close too. Well, earlier Devin thought somebody hit it and asked how they want to do this.
But
that's,
I did-
That's a
I
little
did-
meta,
that-
but looking
that
at it, I'm
was-
probably gonna see it's bloodied.
That was 40 plus damage though for that one attack, just so you know. So that's not necessarily. It could be anywhere in the range of 0 to 41 ish.
And it gets a certain amount back every turn.
That's fair. Well, okay. I won't do the thing then, but he will for shits and giggles because he can. He'll swap places with his thing for a bonus action.
Okay, where
Okay.
did you put the thing at? Because I didn't set it earlier.
It's this little blue circle by the.
Oh, I see. He'll swap with this one then. Boop. I shouldn't have put that right on top of one another, but my own fault. There we go. Swap places. Bonus action swap places.
Yep.
Randy, what you got?
Oh Jesus.
Y'all ignore me for a second. I'm gonna make whistling sounds and see if I can adjust my OBS.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna swing on this head beside me. I'm gonna use Boom and Blade.
Swing on the
'cause-
head beside you. Man, I hope I can hear myself.
Alright, let's do it. I rolled a nat 20.
What?
Nice.
Man, I'm glad I didn't waste that on the creature, to be honest with you, because disadvantage would have really pissed me off both times right there. Alright, let me roll that. I do have an ally nearby, so I get the sneak attack. And then I'm gonna roll Booming Blade again.
I mean, That's what 14 plus 11. That's gonna kill the shit out of that head. All right.
Okay, so this time I pinned the last one down to the ground. So this time I'm gonna swing through it with my katana in a way that I hope the two like remnants of the stupid decapitated skull face smash into this creature, because I'm like mad that I can't take a swing on it, and so I want to just like throw a bunch of garbage at it.
Randy's really angry that he's scared about this thing. He's scared of this thing. You do decimate it. Its skull fragments shower the knoll, which doesn't look super happy about that, but there's not much you can do about it. So, okay.
Well, it's a good thing I still have a bonus action. I'm gonna try to swing on it anyway and see what happens. Oh my god, what just...
On the vampire?
It's disadvantage.
Yeah.
That makes me so mad.
Oh my god.
Damn,
funny,
Randy.
actually.
Go ahead and make your
coulda.
wisdom save at the end of your turn.
I could have done it.
Oh, Demos also forgot to wisdom save. Didn't echo.
Go ahead and roll that, damn it. Demos.
Rolled a 19.
Oh,
Demos
damn.
is terrified in a
Well,
vampire's
wow.
lair.
that's actually for Echo.
Oh, see that. Okay.
I thought it was the 19 when I heard the click, and I was like, oh boy.
Demos is not scared of the knoll anymore. Randy, you are not scared of the knoll anymore.
Oh,
I just hold my katana up and I only have 3 fingers, but the middle one's still raised. I know it's a universal sign.
I see. I like to think that no one can see it. It's in Demos's pocket, but Goob's little plasmoid sample turns into a finger. Zephyr, you're up.
Okay, well, I mean, everybody else still frightened. I'm still going after the freaking fucking yeah. We're blasting.
Blast it.
24 and 14.
I'm afraid a 24 does hit, a 14 does not.
Well, it's another 10 force damage.
Heard.
And in my turn with my attack card face down or some shit.
That's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference, right? Magic does
Turn,
have
Yeah.
turn sideways, see if they trigger your trap card.
Yeah, I know, right?
There we go. Trap card. Ugh. Magic's fucked me on card games. That's the only card game I really have to play.
Yu-Gi-Oh was lit because the show and like the art was like top tier. It's like
I wasn't allowed to watch Yu-Gi-Oh because it had demons in it.
that
Bro.
track.
God.
Yu-Gi-Oh was
That's
so
right, yeah.
lit. Like when I was like 10 years old, and I swear I was like, when he summoned Exodia, I lost my mind. I was like, I'm done. This is it. This is the
Right.
pinnacle of anime.
The only
Yeah.
thing I remember about Yu-Gi-Oh is that there was this card, like some kind of summoning circle, and if you fought inside of the circle, you got your soul trapped in a card or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
And
there's-
like,
everything had its fucking the Shadow Realm or what were the fucking Ouroboros?
I never played a match of Yu-Gi-Oh against anybody, but I had one of those fucking bullshit things you put on your forearm that had like the little blade on it. Yeah, I have one of them.
Yeah.
I had the one that had the emblem, the runes on it for that circle or whatever. It was crazy. I wasn't allowed to watch Naruto either because it had demons in it, but that didn't stop me. 'Cause Naruto was cool as shit. That's what made me a weeb, was anime, or was Naruto. That's what's responsible for my weebness. Anyways, that's the end of Zephyr's turn. It looks like Creature C may or may not be dead. Creature C is dead. Creature A is not dead. Sorry, y'all got me thinking about anime. Don't need to think about anime at a time like this. Creature A is going to attack Echo. 25 hits Echo's Echo, I'm assuming. Oh, holy shit. Oh.
I don't know how that would.
It's got a 17 AC is what it said earlier. Let me re-roll because I rolled the wrong creature. Oh wow, a 23 instead of a 25. Yeah, 23 instead of a 25. Oh, it rolled a crit. I'm pretty sure Echo's Echo is dead.
Yeah, it only has 1 hit point, so that's cool. Waste your crits.
Let me
Stupid.
make sure that there's
Don't
not
do that.
one left alive. The real Echo is going to get another bite. with the real echo, please stand up. That's a 5. It doesn't hit. Demos, you're up. Drix, you're on deck.
Demos. Is Randy still where the cleric is?
Yes.
Never moving. I'm just
damn
stuck
it.
here.
Randy's like, I'm
No.
here.
To be clear, I didn't move because I didn't want to move away from it because I knew I couldn't move back towards it. So I figured disadvantage attacks standing right up against it was better than nothing.
I think that's
Well,
smart.
that's a fair point. So this is a new thing. So I want to. This is a. Devin, if I use 2 charges of that thing to cast a 2nd level Witch Bolt, will it change just the first damage type to that, or will it change all of them to that?
It will change all of it. So, like, if you were to cast something that lasted multiple rounds, it would always be the damage you changed it to.
I gotcha. I'm going to use 2 charges then to pop a 2nd level Witch Bolt.
I know I'm putting you on the spot, but you got to narrate this.
Okay, so oh god, first is a 15 hit.
What did you cast it to?
The null.
I'm sorry, it does not hit. But
Oh, hang on, wait. I think I have.
no, I want this to happen. You hit it.
Okay, so Deimos reaches into his jacket and he pulls out a vial that has this little plasmoid goo floating around in it. And he goes, really missing those heels right about now. Something. I think if there's any part of you that can help give us a bit of light in this time, we need it. And gripping it in my hand, I'm going to cast Witch Bolt. Is this like... You've seen it happen before. It's this sort of electrical energy that begins to rise up, but
Yeah,
it's almost a more like
this time.
a
I like to think
golden.
This time, yes,
Yeah,
it is
like-
gold and shimmering. It looks like Goob's plasm. It has stars speckled throughout it. It looks like a lightning bolt made of gold stardust.
Ooh.
Deimos like flings, like it's congealed around his hand, and he slings his arm back and like punches toward the knoll, and this goo just sort of wraps around it. And it's gonna take a chunk of damage. I think that's
Yes.
3. Did it send it? It did.
Did you mean to cast it at 3rd level? Oh, you said 2nd level earlier.
Oh no, I did mean 2nd level. I apologize. Let me back
Fix
up.
your character sheet and re-roll that.
Thank you for saying that. Second
Your picture
seven.
spell slots is what I meant to say.
No, I got you. So that's going to be much less than a 31, but that's okay. It's radiant damage, so there's that. That 31 was a 10, an 11, and a 10 out of D12s. Oh god, I'll never get a roll that good again in my life.
Well, the good news is, with that 13 radiant damage, how do you want to do this?
Yeah. I imagine that the goob just sort of like starts to like cover him up, and like the vampire knoll is like feral and trying to slash out of it, but the goo is just like slowly encapsulating him, and it like glows this bright starlight, and it's almost like it eradicates the knoll, like there's nothing left behind. No biological material anyway. Eats it away like an acid.
Ew.
Delicious.
Upon the knoll being eaten away, this is his lair, so magically, as if reverberating around the room, you hear, "Enough!" The heads fly back towards Elazar.
One bumps into me on the way out. Ugh!
Drips some blood or some grossness on Demos on its way, like a pigeon shitting on something.
I turned to Deimos and I was like, man, I was just getting ready to smack this dude. I finally got free. But that's pretty cool.
Oh, speaking of, so scared.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's dead. Never mind.
Enough! They fly back to him. You all have shown me. Darkness is with you. He will come to right here, and he will set down he's been calling it a piece of darkness. He'll set down the object you guys came here for. And then he will slowly back up to here. The item is yours. You have earned it. Again, he locks eyes with Zephyr.
Oh God.
Come and speak with me. If you ever find yourself lost in the darkness.
Well.
Did Zephyr
Oh,
get a
okay.
vampire's daddy out of this adventure?
I absolutely did. I'm a little vampire sugar baby.
He's gonna stand there for a second. I will go ahead and freely admit that within a minute to a minute and a half of setting this down, he turns into mist. He understands that y'all just fucked up most of his minions, and he wants no part of that.
There's
I
Yeah,
know.
no. I wouldn't
know
want none
Deimos
of these
is-
this smoke either.
I know Deimos has been itching to smack this dude. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back and say, I know you really want to take this fella down, but I also want to state that you've been pushing on Zephyr kind of hard, and I'm saying this just to him. And it sounds like this fella knows a little bit of something about what might be going on. I'm hoping that the academic side of you is more intrigued by that than the bloodlust is.
Oh no, my curiosity is piqued, and I wouldn't say so much bloodlust. Just a vampire can be a menace if left unchecked. There are proper channels, as it were, and this gentleman is clearly not operating within them. But no, I do believe he could be when Drix had mentioned a potential ally. I was swayed by that. I'm not just bent to eradicate him because he is a vampire. Mostly, I just wanted to be able to go back to school and tell everybody I killed a vampire. You know, it's a little self-serving if I'm being honest. But you hear about some
Last
people
week,
go-
Demo said that vampires are on staff. I wonder how they would feel about that.
I'll look back.
They
be
know
like,
summer feral. It needs to
like-
happen.
well, you can tell me kill one of these, and I go to reach for the creature, but I forget that it's been disintegrated, so I just pull up like sort of a gross pile of goo, and I look back, and I'm like, well, evidence is gone, but I think you're pretty tough. That was cool.
I appreciate it. I think we cleared this out rather nicely. Stumbles aside. But let's what do you say we get this and head up out of here?
Before he
As much
disappears,
as
I'm ready.
can I just sort of shout a
Who
message
collects
at
the
him?
item?
No.
I was gonna ask who has a mage hand.
I don't think I actually have it right now. Let me look.
I don't know. I think I should because he was kind of he was eyeing me a whole lot. I think maybe I should be the one to grab
Oh.
it.
That's an excellent point, but I would still be cautious.
Listen, I've already lost my leg. From here, it can't get much worse.
You've got 3 limbs to go, friend. I don't know if that math adds up.
Listen, and you know what? I upgraded my leg, and I'm doing a lot better. So maybe I just need to replace the other appendages.
It's sort of like a ship of Theseus paradigm, where if you eventually replace your arms and your legs and your torso, and maybe one day your head. Are you still Zephyr?
I think that's
Yeah.
the second time you've referenced this month. Referenced Ship
I
of
think
Theseus
so,
this
yeah.
month, and I still don't know what that means, but I'll look it up later.
Oh, really?
Well, he's used it twice in 2 separate scenarios, so I don't know how it applies to both. So now I have to look it up. Zephyr, you reach down and pick up the object.
Oh boy.
When your skin brushes the piece, you feel
Excellent.
again this crushing weight. Everything around you vanishes. There is only pure darkness. And this encompassing weight of being watched, of observation. You feel this enormous weight of expectation and these small, slitted, serpentine eyes in the darkness. The rest of you guys watch as Zephyr reaches down, touches the object, and thrashes violently. Seizures for a handful of moments, before, like, and I almost like to imagine he picks it up, seizures on his way up as he's standing up, and then is fine. Zephyr,
Well, damn.
you come to, holding the object, looking at Elazar, who has not quite turned into mist yet, and you see Elazar's big vampiric grin as he fades into smoke.
Oh boy.
Nothing else bad happens as you're holding the object and returning back to your compatriots.
God only knows I'm going to get myself into another contract I don't want.
You say that out loud?
Mumbling to myself, I guess.
Demos, make a perception check, please. Since you're the nosy one.
You're right, though. 14. Not great.
I'm closed. Can I assist?
Is that a strawberry yoo-hoo?
Me?
Yeah.
It's a Voodoo Vice IPA, one of the
I
better
see.
Voodoo Ranger IPAs. They're all pretty good, but Voodoo Vice is delicious. Randy, you can assist.
Go again, big guy.
Well, my perception is only +1. If you got anything bigger to swing with, I highly recommend it.
You know, what I'm going to tell you is that,
You
believe it or
unlocked my
not,
tragic backstory.
believe it or not, my
I got
perception is at
+5.
a flat 0 because I thought that intimidation and deception were more important.
I got +5.
I'll say with the
16.
16, you get the gist. Maybe not exactly of what he said, but you kind of get the gist.
We should get out of here, but
Hard call.
we let's relocate outside, and on our way back to our home, I assume, to get rest. I assume that we'll Damos will try to mention to Randy, or excuse me, not Randy, Zephyr. You might ought to consider keeping that, friend. I know we've gotten a little greedy with some things already, but I don't know if that truly can increase the spellcasting abilities that Vera wants it for. Bree wants it for. Then maybe it's worth holding on to.
You know, it probably is, given that, I don't know, it might help me out in the future. I got a good feeling about it.
I think it looks pretty too.
Before we leave,
Of course, Cora just like shiny things, so.
So I do kind of imagine it as like, have any of you ever seen the like metal puzzles that have like rings on them and they're like made of brass? They're usually chains and these kind of weird circles and stuff. And usually the object is to get like a metal ring off of this piece. They're
Yeah.
like little, I kind of imagine it's complicated like that. There may not be a ring on it to get off or anything like that, but it is kind of this twisted metal object like that.
I assume you've never seen Hellraiser, but that's what I'm picturing, and that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking.
I think Ben said Hellraiser Cube, and I saw that I looked it up last session, but I still don't know what that is.
Anyway, before we leave, he disappeared. I assume the head's disappeared. Are there any rooms or doors or anything in here to go like poke
There's
around
a-
in?
There's a good bit of other stuff to poke around. Do y'all want to poke around?
I'll ask.
Damos-
I'll be like, I'm
Damos-
nosy in a different kind of way, but leave.
Damos thought about it, but it seems like we've got an amicable relationship. I'd hate to sour it, but
I mean, I just had a seizure, so, I'd like to go lay down, I guess.
yeah. Medical emergency. I guess we'll leave.
about that, you feeling all right there, friend?
Yeah,
Wanna-
just had me,
wanna-
it's an orb of darkness. It isn't exactly pleasant to hold, per se.
You should have a hit of the goob later if you feel like you need a little.
Have a hit of the...
Halfling weed.
Gotta goob you.
Alright. I'm gonna drop my token. Can you see that? Anybody see that?
Where'd you put it? I can't see it because I'm not in the right place.
Same.
You said yes.
Oh, you put it here in your room. So it is in the middle section. If you guys scroll down to what looks like to be the floor, the
I do
ground
not
floor
see it.
with Drix's room is right here.
No, I'm looking. I do not see it.
Why can't they see my token? That's gonna make me mad. We'll figure that out
We'll
later.
figure
I
it out.
guess.
Ooh, it's weird that I can see it and they can't. That is kind of weird. Maybe I need to assign that token to your character sheet.
Oh, yes.
I fucking hate working in troubleshooting. Makes you think about things. I don't want to think about things. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to fix this and think about things all at the same time. It just doesn't work well. You guys return to Mantis HQ as you're kind of having all of these conversations. You guys return and, you get back early in the morning. How do I fucking make this token your goddamn fucking thing?
With rage.
Sorry. I've had just enough drinks to be angry at being alive.
Oh, look, damn, Devin.
How do you make the token your default token? Maybe now. Maybe that fixed it. I don't know. I figured it out, but I don't know if it fixed it.
We'll figure it out later.
You guys return to Mantis HQ and in the early hours of the morning, and do like to imagine each character probably has a routine that they do after a long adventure or a harsh fight that kind of decompresses them and gives them some time to relax and think about how they almost lost their life or didn't in this scenario. Is there anything else you guys would like to discuss with each other before you go back to Bree to report what you have accomplished?
I'm going to pop a couple of things for my short rest, like my arcane recovery and the pearl of power.
So
but,
a little bit of a point of order here is you did not take a short rest overnight. If you guys take a short rest now, it does take 8 hours because of the rest rules that we're using.
I kind of assumed we would talking about coming back to rest. Is that all right? If we're coming back in the early morning, we should maybe not go covered in blood. And
I'm fine to take a day because it also feel like that sets up a solid us discussing what occurred, because there's something like the item that we recovered, right? We're talking about that being like some sort of arcane focus. Zephyr picked it up, but if Bree wants it, are we gonna hand it over? Do we want to try to figure out more about it before we do that? I think that's a discussion we need to have.
My thought process is to hold on to the cube.
I'm gonna pee while y'all talk.
My thought process is to let Zephyr hold on to the cube, see if it if he can tap into it in any particular way. It does appear, I believe Devin has mentioned a couple of times, that it's a similar material as your leg, so that is quite interesting in of itself. But we do have the Vial of Dark, and I would proposition going to Bree, saying we were unable to get the desired target, but we're able to get away with this, and see if she'll accept it as a consolation prize.
Then we can be like he was a freaking vampire. Holy shit.
No, yeah, exactly. Say he wouldn't give it up because it was very dear to him. He nearly eradicated us. We'll show a goob and say, this is what happened to our healer.
You sent me in there after an old man, and this is what happened.
I've got enough deception. We might be able to make it work if I roll okay.
I also have good deception. I can help you with that. Side note, do we want to spend the downtime trying to identify any of the items that we got from his little, whatever you call it, armory?
Yeah, I can ritual cast that. Devin dropped the names of them in his inventory, or his note session, I forget which.
It's a courtesy
Was
of
in
the
my
DM.
notes.
Are ye prepared for this identification spell?
Y'all will just have to Google them. So, I hate to say this way, it is really meta. I reserve the right to homebrew some of them to require a certain alignment. There are a couple of them I expected you guys to keep. They were mostly placed for you guys to sell. I will put the gold value of them in chat if you identify them.
I will take I guess there's 5 or 6 of them. It'll take me about an hour. A little over.
I'm mostly curious because I don't think I can use any of the weapons, but I'm curious about that weird cube we got.
The cube I kind of expected you guys to keep. God Dang it!
I saw what the cube is in his notes, and it's pretty
Did you?
fucking fun. Yeah, I low-key considered throwing it at him.
I meant to ask you. I have a notification in my notes that you highlighted something in my Spelljammer OneNote. So if you're snooping through my notes, shame on you.
In your Spelljammer? I don't have
yeah.
access to your Spelljammer shit.
You technically do.
I have your Storm King's Thunder thing.
You could see all of them, I think, because you can see that whole notebook. But we
I haven't highlighted anything. It might have popped up when I imported the OneNote settings onto this. Or no, not this.
It was weird. I didn't understand it because it said you did it on like the 19th, and it's a page that like it didn't make a lot of sense. I'm not sure what's happened. I can show you later.
I may have accidentally went into your Spelljammer book aside from mine, but I don't really do anything on my Spelljammer for OneNote other than keep up with Cuckoo's stats. And,
it just didn't like if you had been snooping to look at my notes, you wouldn't have been on that page. I was kind of confused about how the highlights showed up.
Cross my heart, haven't been, but the no, that is weird.
Anyway, what did y'all just ask about? The cube. You want to identify the cube?
Yeah.
So Demos identifies the cube first. That is an instant fortress.
That's a
literally
port from Fortnite.
It's basically.
I've not played enough Fortnite, but sure.
Yeah, basically it becomes like a castle, like a fort. Like it's.
Oh hell yeah!
Pretty cool.
I've never had one, but I've
kind of expected y'all might keep that one. I'm going to put it in general chat for you guys to see.
Is it permanent?
No, you can shrink it back down. Yeah.
Is it straight up house moving castle?
Actually, when I say that, I think it is permanent.
I've not seen
yeah.
that. I've not seen Ghibli.
I mean,
that's one of the few Ghibli movies.
That's dope to set up a base somewhere at some point.
It's in chat, motherfuckers. What would you like to identify next?
The axe. I'm just going to identify all of them.
I think that's fair. The axe is called a Spellbreaker axe. Okay. So this is something I don't think any of you can use. I will tell you guys for fun. It is worth the most gold. That instant cube is worth an instant fortress is worth 5,000 gold pieces.
And for the record, it is reusable. So we could have a mobile base.
Yeah, I'm not selling that. There's no chance you can convince me to do that.
I'm gonna drop a picture of it in the chat because it looks kind of cool. It's like a chess piece almost, but it says it's a 1-inch metal cube.
I have placed the Spellbreaker axe in chat as well. It is worth the most. It's not worth the most. It's worth 8,000 gold pieces.
Nice.
Maybe D&D Beyond doesn't have this. Some of the no, D&D Beyond must not have that particular item.
That Spellbreaker is actually
it shows up.
a good thing for one of us to have in case we fight a powerful caster.
It is pretty cool, but it is a big two-handed heavy axe.
Can Drix not use it?
He could, but he would have to drop some of the stuff that he's using.
Because I don't think.
Well, we'd have to drop the Githka. Yeah, he could still use the shield and the spear with the little arms because they're light.
Yeah. It's a two-handed weapon, so he would swap the Githka with the axe. But I'm not gonna speak for you. Like, you do that or don't. It's up to you.
I have to look at it a little bit.
What's the Oh, thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to ask. I'll post this one.
So this is the one I'm about to post. One that it may not say this in the I have to figure out balls. I changed this one. I don't remember what the actual item was. The horn, that you would blow into, it's made of
brass horn.
Yeah, it's made of bronze. Yeah. This is a horn of the night. So you do have to be, and actually I'm going to go ahead and say you have to be a vampire to use it. It would summon bats or wolves or things of that nature if you blow into it. There is an actual 5e item that summons things if you blow into it, but I can't remember what it's called, which is why I can't look it up. I may try to do that later. It's worth 10,000 gold pieces.
While Demos says this, I'm gonna side-eye Echo and remember the bite that he took and be like,
I got you, Joey.
Um, very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
The last thing is the other thing I was going to make you have to be evil aligned to use it. You have to have an evil alignment. Is the Mace of Terror. It's the last thing you guys found. It is worth 2,000 gold pieces. Oh, this is killing me with the Castlevania brill.
Spellbreaker's axe is pretty sick. Even if you don't use it as your main weapon, I would hold on to it.
Yeah, I agree. It's something to pull out, especially if like we're fighting against a bunch of people who seem like they have spellcasting abilities. That could be
Even
useful.
if if they fail the save, which is a DC 15, and a charisma save, depending on what caster they are, that charisma could be a very low skill for them. They can't cast any spells besides cantrips, and they can't use the magical properties of non-artifact magic items. That is super OP. Nullifies
Yeah,
most
these
of your
are-
magic items and prevents them from casting.
All of these
That's
are from a list
pretty
of like top 10 most popular magic items in the history of Dungeons and Dragons. I know, I don't mind sassy
like-
pants.
I like the fort, I like the rod, and I like the axe. I don't know that we can use the mace for anything.
The mace and the horn, I think we sell.
Yeah, I agree. And there might not be a good reason to use that rod, but it seems incredibly powerful. So I don't think we give it away just yet.
What was the rod worth? Did I say 3,000 gold pieces?
3,000, yes, sir. Yeah, an 8-hour charm is pretty solid.
Yeah. Because I assume you use that in like a non-combat situation, and it's every creature you can see within a range, which is just dumb.
That's just fun to just break stuff.
Oh,
I live
each
to break
creature. I thought it was a single creature. That's
No, it's
insane.
every creature you can see within a range and that's
It has
like,
to be within what they would normally do, within their nature. So that limits it a bit, but that's
But
not.
I'm just thinking, like, if you have that rod and like you do something crazy, or like you get into a crazy fight, or like you burn a building down and the townsfolk turn on you, just use the rod and then be like, go about your daily business.
I think you get I think they get advantage on the save if you've harmed them or etc. etc. This is the way Charmed works, I think. Take a
I
look.
guess you could always use it proactively, like go about your daily business and then commit crimes within the vicinity.
Deimos is going to take the Instant Fortress and go start picking fights with the chess club, and just play chess, and eventually, like when I get like a checkmate with the rook, swap it out for the Instant Fortress and pop it to where it expands and just destroys the room. That just seems fun. I just want. I just want to have a good time.
It sounds very chess player of you.
It's very anime or Ant-Man in the regard that I want to throw this like chess piece at somebody and it turns into a fortress and then boom, 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 boom. Good shit.
Okay. Demos spends a solid chunk of the day. You have to spend 10 minutes. You can cast Identify, right? So I guess Demos spends 10, 20, 30, 40, about an hour, 50 minutes total, identifying each of these objects, and I'm assuming, unless he says otherwise, relays to you guys what they do. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Which of these would you guys like to sell? And I will add that to your inventory.
I say we sell the horn and the mace.
I agree, unless Drix decides he wants to be chaotic evil aligned randomly, unexpectedly. How's Cordo feeling?
Unexpectedly.
Well, we'll see once Coda starts remembering some more stuff.
I promise. That's I have that in notes.
But for now,
Carter's kind of neutral for the time being.
I say we sell him, get the money.
That's 12,000 gold. I got you, Joe.
Thanks, sir. I'm going to drop who picks it up the items. Does anybody in particular want to hold on to the rod? I think it requires attunement. I forget.
I've got it pulled up. Let me
Hold
check.
on to my rod, baby.
It does require attunement.
Hey,
Says Zephyr
Zephyr
to
spoke
Demos.
up. Pick it up, Zephyr. Come on.
Woo!
Demos, you've been propositioned by Echo and Zephyr and Sybil in the last month, so I hope you're happy.
I made a joke about Zephyr having pull earlier, but really, let's be real here. It's funny, Zephyr has the pull, but does not seem interested in anything.
Yeah, for real though.
I love the idea of this, like, super
Zephyr says-
sexy and attractive asexual person. He's like, yeah, I'm super hot, but fuck all aliens. But not really. The opposite
You know,
of
that's kind of a vibe.
The vibe I got was more like Zephyr doesn't recognize the fact that they are incredibly hot, and so everybody's throwing themselves at Zephyr, and Zephyr's just like sort of social anxiety, awkward, like, no, please don't.
Do not
Zephyr's
receive me.
I was supposed to say, got the fucking... like the like second or third night you all spent with Zephyr, you saw his fucking six-pack and were like, ah! And then like the very next day, Zephyr's like, I need to lose some weight. I fucking
No, absolutely. Zephyr doesn't even realize.
Zephyr's our boy. We all love Zephyr and just want him.
Yeah.
What is it like? I don't remember I don't know. All the internet terms are all jungle. Yeah, we all really are just simping for Zephyr, and Zephyr has no idea.
Ooh, senpai noticed me.
Okay.
Add that Rod of Rulership to your inventory bar. Oh, and I guess the Spellbreaker Axe is a legit item too, yeah?
I don't know that the Spellbreaker Axe exists in 5e. Or, excuse me, exists in, let me find out. I don't know if that actually exists in D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's not there.
But
I will have
something
to
popped
make
up
that
for
for
it.
you.
But
yeah.
I do have proficiency in great axes, so I will take that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Devin! Make a Spellbreaker Axe for Drix. Alright. Cool.
Also, Tits mod.
Also, what?
What?
Huh?
I thoroughly
What?
reminded myself to make a Spellbreaker Axe and how much I hate myself, so we can move on.
Haha.
Oh.
Alright. Demos spends about an hour identifying the haul you guys got from Elazar. And also, at this point, it's still pretty early in the morning. It's probably about breakfast time if Demos does this as soon as he gets back. I also kind of love thematically the idea of the party coming back from this rather intense mission and just kind of sitting around the house and deciding how they feel about it. You guys obviously don't have to roleplay the whole fucking day, but if there's anything else you'd like to do with the day or anything you'd like to talk about, please speak your mind now.
No, do we have running water? I want to go take a shower.
You get the closest equivalent in Eberron.
Cool.
Sure they have something similar. Yeah,
That's
I
about
think
it.
we'll all take a little dip.
It may not be like plumbing. There might be like it may be kind of like a shower. It might be like something that produces water magically, but you get the closest equivalent.
That's all I want to do. That and take a little resty rest.
No, sorry. You all
That's a
have to
hard
go to a
fight.
bathhouse and have the awkward session where you all roleplay seeing each
Oh,
other
like
naked
that.
for the first time.
Well,
Nothing
And
unfortunately,
Zephyr's got a 10-pack.
most Japanese bathhouses don't accept tattoos, so I'm not welcome. I'm gonna go take a bath at the house.
I didn't know that.
Really?
That's like a
Insane.
That's like a critical role trope. Like most of the campaigns I've watched, there's at least one session where they all go to the bathhouse for the first time together.
Yeah, no joke.
It's usually pretty funny. But
If anybody ever wants to travel to Japan, they do have like the public sort of bathhouses and hot springs and saunas and stuff, but you have to look beforehand to see if they are the ones that will let you have tattoos. Because a lot of
Damn,
them are
I've
super
wondered about
traditional
that.
and won't let you go in them if you have visible tattoos. Like visible as far as
Yeah,
like
they're-
what you would enter the water with.
There are
What?
some bathhouses that are
Yeah.
geared more toward tourists and stuff, but yeah, more
Yeah.
traditionally, yeah.
Supposedly
it's a Yakuza. It's a Yakuza
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Supposedly they locked
Oh.
it down because of the Yakuza and the fact that they would go in there and essentially like negotiate deals or talk or just muck up the place.
Well, I mean, they
my-
should look
my
at me,
ass
and I
is
am
gonna
obviously
stay-
very white.
yeah, my ass is gonna stay in a high rise in Tokyo. Thank you. None of that public bathhouse stuff for me. Thanks. It'll be
Oh,
hard.
okay.
It'll be hard enough finding food every day, but not really. I'm gonna go to a gas station and eat gas station sushi every day.
And it'll be better than anything you ever had here.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not kidding. If I stay at my current company long enough to get a The 5-year thing. Fuck.
Sabbatical.
Sabbatical. I'm going to Tokyo. This is gonna be great.
We were gonna go to Germany, and then
You're gonna
COVID
come
happened,
with me.
and
Hush
then I
up.
left.
Don't talk about it. I don't want to. I don't want to think about that. That might happen. But anyway, don't talk about Japan. I want to go so bad. Let's talk about something
Same.
else.
Anyway, campaign stuff. Go.
Yeah, so-
short
what are
rest,
we doing?
please.
No, we can stop now if you guys would like, or we can go for another. I really don't want to stop, so I don't know how long we're gonna go.
Go.
So while you were gone earlier, we talked about keeping the cube for Zephyr, and then telling Bree that we were unable to acquire the item, that we were very unaware that the Guardian was a vampire who attacked us as soon as we got inside and charmed us to get in there. But tell her that we did manage to sneak a vial of a mysterious black substance and hand her the vial of darkness.
That does raise a point. Did you try to identify the spellcasting focus?
I did not. No, I'll take another 10 minutes to do that, though. Devin looks anxiously from the.
Should have kept
Sorry,
my
I'm
sleeves
putting-
on.
I'm putting a lot of stuff together. I did not expect you guys to keep the item, but that doesn't mean you can't. Okay, you identify the object. So it can be used as a spellcasting focus. You gather. So I like to think that when Demos identifies it, it's almost like this massive rush of information. That's really hard to wrap your mind around all of it. It can be used as a spellcasting focus if you study it hard enough, if you spend enough time with it. It is alien. It is very obviously constructed by a power beyond your understanding. It is, for all intents and purposes, a piece of magic. It's almost as if magic had been forged into a structure. You get a ton of necrotic and a ton of divination readings off of it.
Does it seem to be the same substance as Zephyr's leg?
Yes. The metal, yes.
So-
Oh,
Very
so the-
similar to Zephyr's leg in several ways. I'm
Zephyr,
trying
I need to
figure out-
massage your leg for a minute.
And
Bump
I
up
think
against each
that,
other.
with an identify, Demos, you would probably pick up that this is just a piece of several pieces. That like it is intended to be used. It seems it is intended to be used with several other pieces that make up the pattern that this piece is a part of.
boy.
Exodia's real, guys. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm getting Dragon Shard vibes. Funnily enough, Draconic Prophecy pieces of the whole kind. Interesting.
Sort of.
Do we
I
think
say
that, do we think so? We still have to go back to her. Do you want to straight up lie? Well, we're gonna straight up lie no matter what.
Yeah.
My thought is
we do that a lot, actually.
my thought is to say that he explained to us a bit about the dangers of it, but we couldn't retrieve it, and then ask her what she wants to do with it based on that information.
I think I'm pretty sure she told you guys that she needs it as a focus.
She wants to increase her spellcasting abilities.
Not
she
hers.
wants to
She
see the
said it's
orb.
for her. She said it's for her project.
Well, yeah, she said it was for a project. I want to know what she's trying to do. Like, what she's actually trying to do.
Very good point.
Especially if it's got this
'Cause-
heebie-jeebie energy to it.
If she says
And if it
something really
seems-
cool, and I'm like, that's super helpful to everybody on the entire system, then cool, whatever, I guess. But if she's like, I want to make this one person really strong because they want it, I'm like, no, maybe I kill
No, I
both
got
of you.
you.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, let's
Maybe I kill both of you. This is a mercenary thing you've said all campaign.
let's take it to Bree, and
You guys don't know me.
we won't offer it unless we like her project's aims.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
we need somebody to lie. Little side eye as ever.
I have good deception if you need help.
Who's our highest deception?
Zephyr?
I'm pretty sure it's my deception's +7.
Yeah, mine's +5. You take it.
And well, somebody should back him up while we're telling this story. But
Sounds like Randy Cam.
Yeah, I'll help.
let's
Yeah, I only got 2.
If nothing
Let's
else,
hold out.
I'll at least offer the advantage to Zephyr in like the
So I'm-
conversation.
I'm gonna assume so on the 7th. I have to say names for me when I'm making notes. I have to say days for me when I'm making notes. So I'm assuming at the end of the 7th, kind of towards the sun's not going down or anything, but 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, you guys head back to the Kenneth warehouse. Don't tell me I've archived that map. Shame on me. I should have known. Does it help you guys to just be randomly moved to these maps even though we're not doing a lot?
It helps establish setting for the video.
I love the setting.
Okay. So we are now back on the map. I like this map. I made it myself. I hope it's okay.
Great, Jared.
Can you see this version of Randy?
Yeah, can y'all see that version?
Oh
of
no, I
Randy?
can't. I know where he is on this one. He's over here with Drix, but no, he's not here.
Oh,
No, I'm
yeah,
not
I know
there.
exactly where
I
he's supposed
I
to
just
be.
dropped it.
It is-
That's not.
Yeah, he placed it right here. Oh god.
Wait, no,
you know how much googling I'm gonna do about that tomorrow? It'll be awful.
I see the old one.
What?
Yeah.
I don't see the old
And
one. I
that's-
just
Why, hell,
see me.
I think
I
that's
can-
the
I can
problem
even
is that
move it.
they're.
I can
I
even move it.
wonder. That's crazy. Well, I guess that's not crazy. You have control of his character sheet. I think it's a cache thing. I bet their browsers are cached a certain way, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
We're here to talk about cash money, which you owe us. Not really.
Yeah.
Sure.
877 cash now.
Look over at my girl, be like, "Hey, I got a thing for redheads, but I need money, so I'm not gonna pursue it."
Doesn't everyone have a thing for redheads? Also, I quit. The 877 cash now, I'm done. I'm never coming back ever again.
I need cash.
If you have an annuity, but you need cash now.
God,
You
don't
shut
do
your
it.
whore mouth.
I have a structured settlement. But
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Oh god.
Megan, calling you on your shit. Like, are y'all singing the J? Oh god, what is the business actually?
It's JG Wentworth.
JG Wentworth. That's it.
Yeah, I have to kill a spider.
if we could get sponsored by JG Wentworth, that'd be awesome.
Go kill a spider. We'll stay here.
You guys
you
get your story straight. I will be right back.
Got our story
Alright.
straight. Go kill the thing.
The first question I have is, why is Bree hanging out in this warehouse at all times? That's kind of weird, right? Go back to university where you belong.
You're right.
Um,
Also, I thought it was Bree Silverport and not Vera DeCannon that we were doing this for.
but that's the problem, is that Bree's always in Vera's warehouse and not at the college where she should be doing things.
Oh,
What
is
is
she on
there-
this map too?
Well, she's
I
supposed
figured it was
to
for
be.
an NPC reason.
That's why we always show up here, because Bree, apparently her meeting place is with, like, in Vera's warehouse where we meet her.
I think
It's
there's
weird.
some brown chicken round cow or pink
That's
chicken.
what I'm saying. Something's up. I don't like it.
Lesbians exist in Everon. Get over it, John.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Don't accuse me of things. I'm just hanging out.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
Excuse me, a thief.
Yeah, so...
I'm Bree and Vera sleeping together.
Turn it back on her. Why are you here all the time? We don't have your
Funny
thing.
you asked that.
They accuse me of having a prejudice
Not a prejudice.
while you were gone, and now here we are. Why is
mean,
Bree always in the warehouse?
You can ask them for sleeping together if you want, but you guys arrive at the warehouse. 5, 6, 7, somewhere in between that range. And Bree is very happy to see you all. Vera, as usual, immediately approaches A1 to see how he is, to make sure that y'all are taking good care of him, that he's not being
I forgot
put
we had him.
in any major danger. We're all forgetting that y'all have him,
Did we
including
have
me.
A1? I
so
thought
that-
we left
that
him.
sucks.
I thought we left him.
Y'all
to
picked him
learn
back up.
spells. Okay.
Y'all picked him back up like 2 sessions ago.
Oh yeah, after the train
So,
ride, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of. I was super excited for A1 to be the super cool character, and then I never gave him any dialogue, and that's my fault.
It's hard.
So
Followers are very easy to forget. Like it's,
for sure, But he does feel the role that he's meant to like pilot Spelljammers and to do some other stuff. So it's cool. It's fine. I'll write several novels about A1 later in my life. You guys return to the warehouse, and everyone is happy to see you. Vera has a conversation with A1 on the side like she normally does. He's usually the first one that she talks to. You know, she would say hi to all of you, but then would go talk to A1. Vera, pardon, says, well, I hope you've all had a successful trip. Are you back with the item we're looking for?
About that. So
Solid open.
So you know how you sent us there, and we were gonna, make an easy task out of this. It was a vampire. We got bit. This is not what we signed up for.
So I like to think that like Vera immediately looks Zephyr over for bite marks, not anybody else.
Vera or Bree?
Excuse me, Bree. I'm very sorry. Bree looks Zephyr over for bite marks. Doesn't see any immediately.
Oh my
but
god, are you
does
okay?
but does look genuinely horrified. She says, "A vampire living in Sharn. That's fucking terrifying. Are you all okay?" And at that point, she would kind of look around at the rest of you.
Our friend Echo got a bit nippy. We're actually on our way to go get that checked out.
He will immediately come over and like examine his neck where he was bitten. I like to think you guys would even see her cast. There's not any like raw spells for this, but kind of like warding charms, things that she believes would delay any particular symptoms that might arise from that. So she does do that immediately.
I'm not saying this aloud, but it just occurred to me that if Echo becomes a vampire, he can be any kind of vampire he wants, like elven, dwarven. If he wants to be a freaking hippo person, or he wants to be a thri-kreen, as long as it's humanoid, he can be that plus vampire.
That's the
That's
only
very
reason
interesting.
I wasn't wanting to sell the horn immediately, because I was like, what if it's a positive and
What if
not
one
a
of us turns
negative?
into a vampire? No, that's a fair point.
She will go ahead and say that, to her understanding, you have to be bit several times to be turned. But she does continue to do these spells.
Speaking of bit several times, Bree, why are you always at this warehouse? You have an office on campus. Why don't we? Why do you always have us meet you here?
It is a little more private, and I like to keep Vera in the loop. We do work closely together, and it is convenient that we both know what's going on.
Oh yeah.
What kind of projects you working on over here?
Make an insight check, Timos.
Oh god. Making our DM decide if his NPCs are lesbians or not.
No, that's the worst
Did you
part.
say
Is I've
insight?
already decided. So the fact that
perfect.
y'all are
22.
prying about it is hilarious. Vera turns pretty red at this line.
And she's already very red, so it's not like...
That's just so funny. I didn't know if I was going to make that obvious or not. If I was going to make certain things obvious or not. But the fact y'all are prying about it is hilarious. Vera turns pretty red at this line of question.
Deimos, will picking up on that. No, you're right. I guess even in the privacy of an office, you can never be too careful with stuff in Mulgrave. So, good thinking. Professor? I know she's like the head of the outer...
He's technically head of outside research.
Yeah.
So
But
she
professor?
doesn't.
Or what's her
She
title?
doesn't teach any classes. She is responsible for coordinating, like, any kind of program that would include other schools, that would include any other organizations.
I gotcha. You're good. You don't got to get into all that. I was just wondering if she had a title. Miss Silverport.
Yeah, head of outside research. So she technically, like, she would be closely involved with whatever was going on with the Dragon Shard, because that's like,
Yeah.
it's, an
I guess
expedition that they...
title isn't necessarily what I meant. Like a, what do you call it? Oh my god, like the
Honorific?
predecessor, like an honorific, yeah, like doctor or professor or
Yeah, so I'd
MD
like to
or-
imagine anybody that's head of something probably has their doctorate. I know that may not exist in this
Doc-
universe. But you
That
could
feels
consider her
weird.
to be educated to that level.
But yes, I'll abandon that line of questioning.
Aside
what
from
was your
that line of questioning, that mission was neither rootin' nor tootin'. And would you be surprised to learn that a vampire was not particularly willing to let loose of his cache of goods?
Well, no, I'm survived. I'm surprised that if you made it back. This is crazy. And you can see
You
her
thought I was
like
crazy.
she kind of scribbles some notes. There's not a lot of notes to make. I haven't told her a terrible amount of things. She says, I didn't know there were any vampires pretending to be nobles. You're telling me that Elazar is a vampire? And she keeps scribbling down the kind of what you've told her so far. And she says, were you able to get the item? It is imperative to. She stops.
Imperative to what?
She gives a very long look to Farah.
Gonna put my hands on my hips and cock my hip and be all sassy about it. Raise the
Yeah.
eyebrow.
Point at
There's
Zephyr.
a very, very brief, licks the lips,
oh my god,
and, she looks at Vera, gives Vera a very long look before Vera nods.
she asking Vera for permission? Oh my
who's
god, right
still-
here.
Still probably talking to A1. And you guys, probably pretty low insight check. You guys get the idea. She's kind of looking to see if Vera trusts you guys. And you gather, based on A1's feedback, she does trust you guys.
Good.
And
He said,
Bree,
don't lie.
Bree tells you guys, she says, it is imperative to the project that I'm working on. It is groundbreaking. I would like, if you are all are amenable, I would like to meet with you all and Professor Calvin. There are fuck.
There are
There are
Agreed, girl.
some things have come to light that would it's time you guys knew the full story.
Oh boy.
Things are spiraling out of my control, and I could use your assistance. You all are part of an organization, yes? You guys are your own entity.
Indeed.
I believe
Said
that
you'll
is what I need.
You're working with Professor Colton.
Not exactly. You have seen the dragon shard, I'm sure.
Indeed.
I believe it is also imperative to my project. If I could negotiate, if you all could help me negotiate a deal with Calvin to use the shard for some time, and if you could obtain this item that I've asked for, or something to do its job, we could make history.
I believe you're right that we
That's really big.
observe the full picture. Would you like to meet with Professor Colton and explain to all of us?
Alden may already have some idea, but it would be prudent for us all to meet together, and I could give you all the whole picture.
I've never turned down a discussion. Meta-wise, I do not think hand her the Vial of Darkness off, based on... At least
Yeah.
yet, anyway.
I think during this conversation, she would make sure you. So, I guess y'all didn't tell. I guess she's of the understanding y'all weren't able to get. Okay,
Lying without lying. That's the best way to do it.
y'all did pretty good. Hmm?
I try to skirt that line every time I can, but it's always so hard.
Half truths are the best truths. Pardon? I just realized I flicked my wife off. She couldn't see it. Okay. Would you guys like to fast forward to this conversation?
Sure.
It sounds like yes. So I'm going to say that it's the same day, the 7th of Ron. I like to think Demos probably messages Calden to let him know they're coming. And Calden responds with a very... Sorry, that triggered me, the phone. Magic, yeah. Technology is just magic, y'all.
I sent him a GIF that says "you up," and it's like an owl bear like twisting its head 360.
I like to think it's what's the meme of like the babe come over, and it's like no, yada yada yada. And
My parents are home or whatever.
The parents are not home, yeah, whatever. You guys go to meet, and I imagine at this time it's probably maybe 8 or 9. It is dark by now. If we're going by daytime, by summertime hours, it's probably close to dark by now by the time you guys get back to Moorgrave. Let me fix this for you guys, because y'all said y'all like the maps. Where is Moorgrave? I gotta restore maps, y'all. There's so many maps. I'm curious, Joey, how many maps did you have archived at the end of Storm King's Thunder?
Archived many of them. I kind of kept them all open, if I'm being honest.
You're a monster.
I mean,
You
I had them
guys-
ready when if I needed to jump back to them, just in case.
Not me. If there's more than 8, I'm done. You guys are in this general vicinity. If you guys remember, I don't know, zoom way out so you can see me pinging. This area here is where staff offices are. Bree and Calvin's office is in this area. You guys arrive to this area late in the evening. After Calvin, after Demos alerts Calvin, they're all coming to talk. And you guys, it doesn't matter if you convene in one of the offices or... I kind of like to think you guys, this middle office is Bree's. I kind of like to think you all convene there, and Bree opens one of the wine bottles in the rack that's in her office, so that you all can have a drink. Maybe a couple of bottles, or several of you. Sorry, I've got to stop. I had to stop narrating myself from Bree flirting with Zephyr. I don't know.
Resist the urge to flirt with Zephyr.
Yeah, I don't know what my fascination is with Zephyr.
I guess it's
just the charisma characters to me. Like, if your charisma score is so high, Devin as a DM is like, you're hot.
Wow. Your charisma breaks the fourth wall.
My charisma score
your charisma breaks the fourth wall. That's a good way to put it. Any character, like, even Cade, like, I don't swing that way, but Cade is probably hot as fuck.
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of meant to be played that way, right? Like, charisma's high enough, they're going to sway somebody. You're going to think they're pretty hot. That's why I didn't play at the Raccoon as a charisma-based character, because I was like, I literally have, like, a 3-piece,
I don't know, I like
carapace.
like...
It's kind of weird. Nobody's going to be into that.
The scary bug.
Scary bug.
I feel like that could arouse some people somewhere.
Thrycreens really make me think of, if anyone's ever seen John Carter, I've not seen the movie, but the books, the John Carter books, like they make me think of the Martians for sure.
I mean, there could be a fringe group out there that's like super into that for some weird reason, and if we find them, cool. Maybe it's on Cat Girl Homeworld. I don't know.
Somebody's in the bug.
I haven't quite forgot about that,
but not quite.
You guys should look up John Carter. I can't remember his name, but there is like a Thrycreen-like creatures that live on Mars in the John Carter series that very much make me think of Thrycreen. Y'all should look up John Carter's best friend is one of these things, and he's really cool. Anyway, going out of foundational sci-fi, you guys gather up in one of these offices, or maybe in the outer lounge here, where there might be some chairs or something that I didn't put down. And Bree, kind of pacing around, half a bottle in of wine, tells you guys, she says, I'm glad you've all agreed to meet with me. I have reached a terrible situation. my funders. I know it sounds funny.
No, we know Vera. It's all right.
The various organizations that have funded me so far have suddenly and very unexpectedly reduced funding. I am somewhat afraid of what this could mean. I have no idea why. They have not given me any communication or expectation to why this has become the case. I am working on a project that we have dubbed Project Starbreaker. It is my dream and my hope and my life's work that we will construct an object, a machine, that can surpass the storm of Siberies. Anyone that wants to make a history check.
I know what the storm is. But
You all already know what this is, but we have to do this for...
He said anyone who wants. It's not just 2 people. Might as well.
Indeed.
16.
Rolled 4. I don't know nothing about nothing.
15.
Interesting.
You're from beyond the storm. Surely Zephyr would have a.
I was about to say, it's interesting that Zephyr rolled almost as well as you did. Okay. So, I'm going to do this separately. Zephyr, you know that there are no other elves like you on Eberron that you've ever seen. You also know that you have not been able to contact home through any way at your disposal. Right. Demos, you know that in 994, 993, I can't remember the exact date, but 3 to 5 years ago, it was discovered that there is this, I like to think of it as like static. It was discovered there is this large storm that encompasses the edge of wild space. No one has ever been past it. No one has ever... Anything that's went into the storm has never been heard from again. This is referred to as the Storm of Siberies. And you also know, I would say for 16, you know that you can go to the Ring of Siberies, which is like an actual ring around the planet, and you can follow it to the end, which is where the storm starts. To the best of Demos' understanding, the storm stretches in all directions. At this time, there has been no indication that there is an end to it, or that there is a section where how do I explain it? Y'all as players, y'all as people already kind of know what I'm getting at. It is the final frontier. No one has been able to determine exactly what it is or what might lie behind it. There has been no section of wild space that did not eventually end in the storm of Siberies. I think actually they call it the blood of Siberies. That's something I said way early on I forgot about. I'm assuming you relay this to the party, Demos?
Of course. If I see any blank looks, I'll explain. The storm is what it surrounds our solar system. There's belief that there might be something. It's been determined to be impenetrable. This would change our entire understanding of the cosmos.
And when you explain this, Bree gets very excited. She says, "Cause you guys imagine what could be beyond this. There could be other wild space systems like ours. There could be creatures we've never seen, creatures of untold power. If we could
creatures of untold charm and handsomeness.
If
I'll look over at
we
Zephyr,
could
I'm like,
break through this wall, it would be unparalleled. We would go down in history as the greatest researchers and academics and explorers of our time. But I need several things. I need a focus for the Starbreaker. I need a power source for the Starbreaker." She looks at Calvin. The Dragon Shard the Crimson Codex has uncovered could be supremely powerful. It could power many things, to my understanding. And she looks at you guys. The item I requested you guys to obtain, I think it has the ability to focus that much power into what we could need to break through this barrier. And she turns her back to you all, and you can see her struggling. She says, I don't know why so much funding has been revoked. I've not heard anything from my benefactors in some time. The only thing I know to do now is to put this in the hands of other people who are capable of seeing it through.
I want to reach out to Deimos directly, telepathically, because he seems to have the most connections here and the most academic knowledge. You reckon that she's being honest? I mean, it sounds like she either is working on something that might, I don't know, open up the broader universe, the multiverse. I'm not going to pretend to understand what I'm hearing. Or do you think that this could be like a world-ending weapon, a tool? I don't know. It just the mumbo jumbo sounds weird.
For those of you that didn't catch it, she did just refer to the project as Starbreaker.
Yeah, no, Zephyr's gonna pipe in real quick here as she's saying that some things are better, some doors are better left closed, especially if you don't know what's out there.
I like to think Bree, like, you say that, she looks at you. She stares at you for maybe a solid 30 seconds, then looks at the ground. As if you've said something that really made her think.
Good, because you don't want to go out there, I promise.
And
You say that aloud? Sorry, dude.
No, I won't say that part out loud.
Okay.
I would be remiss, Miss Silverport, if I did not mention that this could be incredibly dangerous. We, like you say, we don't know what's out there. We don't know if this is going to work. What if you end up losing the dragon shard and your precious focus, which you've yet to obtain, sadly.
Make a deception check.
I said, which you've yet to obtain.
You've yet to obtain. Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to be very careful here.
Okay. When you say that, she says, but you see, that's my here's my thought process. You all are extremely competent. You've been to Wild Space several times, and all 6 of you have come back. What unprecedented odds! 3 and 6 Wild Spacers don't return from Wild Space.
Oh, that number's gone down. We've actually impacted.
Was it 4 of 6?
It was 4 of 6. We've actually impacted the median return rate. That's fantastic.
She says, what if I made you all captains of this ship that would carry the Starbreaker? What if I gave you the ability to use this tool, she doesn't want to call it a weapon, tool as you've all seen fit? At this point, I am cut off from many of my resources. The only way I know forward is to put it in the hands of people who have shown themselves to be capable.
Let me ask you this. The focus. Perhaps something similar could get the job done. Here's one thing we managed to recover from the collection. I'll pass the Vial of Darkness. Believe it's made of the same material as what you're after. Granted, in a less refined state.
So
I'm being really untrustworthy here, so I'm going to throw a quick jab and say, it sounds like you're trying to promote us, but I've been around the block a time or two, and I'm just as quick to assume you're trying to make me a scapegoat, so, you know.
Alright. I'm smiling because I hadn't thought of that. Okay, so she would take probably more than 10 minutes. I mean, she would probably take a span of time to magically examine the vial Deimos has given her. I'm sorry, I sound like fucking Rick from Rick and Morty, burping all the time. Is there anything you guys would like to discuss with Calden while she's magically examining the vial?
What do you think
Yes.
about her taking the dragon shot, or whatever that creation is?
Partial to giving it up, but we do not have a use for it at this time. If it can further breaking beyond the ring would be the greatest academic achievement in our history. If she truly believes this is possible, it is a worthwhile endeavor. But I am not quick to give it up.
You want to ask him about the item we left?
Oh, real
So-
quick, before Demos asks that question. There are some things we need to speak about that we can speak about after this.
Yes. Deimos will huddle with the party, not either of them. Maybe step out into the hallway. We're gonna talk a few things over. What if we still keep the item in our possession? Don't tell her about it. But Zephyr, if you're agreeable to it, show her your leg. Say that we believe it's of the same thing. See if maybe you, in particular, can pilot the Spelljammer that's utilizing this, and your leg be the power source for the Starbreak.
We
I
don't even
mean-
have to say that we assume, because the vampire technically verify they're of the same material.
True.
I mean, Zephyr's not keen to go out there, but he's also susceptible to peer pressure.
Disadvantage on peer pressure checks. Heard.
Zephyr, Zephyr.
I mean, I think that Captain Zephyr has a pretty damn good ring to it.
Zephyr just
Starbreaker
doesn't
Zephyr.
want to go back out and doesn't want to potentially run into any nasties that might be,
Nasties
the
from
other-
your pasties.
yeah, you know, ex-girlfriends, etc.
Anything else you would like to discuss before Bree finishes her research?
I want you to ask questions about the thing we left, regardless. And I also want to make it very clear to the party that I'm not confident that Bree is not trying to manipulate us to a point of causing some sort of cataclysm. And it
Yes,
being our fault.
Zephyr's on that kind of note.
Who has our highest insight score? I've got a 4. Echo has a 2.
Mine's 4.
I got nothing.
You want to
I'm
give
gonna-
her
I'm
the
gonna remember this next campaign
what?
that I can just ask people who has the highest of this.
I mean, that's always, like, hey, who's gonna pick this lock? Well, who has the best sleight of hand score?
We
It's always
confirmed.
like a
What is your dice score? Excuse me. Roll it.
Yeah. Y'all want to give Can we give an assessment of her claim and see if we think she's legit?
For sure. Whoever has the highest insight score. Or two of you can, technically.
I'd say me and Barb are tied, so we'll both go.
Yeah. 13.
16. Oh. Interesting. Okay, I would like to, if she has to make a deception score, or a deception check, or a persuasion check, I would like to substitute her number with a 5. She still gets to add her modifier. I'm willing to bet that'll be below a 16, and so if she is lying, we'll know. If more likely than not, she has a plus 11 modifier. In which case, goddamn, the bitch tricked us. We didn't have,
Listen,
So if I'm
past
understanding
me from past
correctly,
campaigns is
you're-
feeling very jaded and burned. I'm just saying it.
So if I heard that correctly, I just dropped something. If I heard that correctly, you're changing any roll Bree might have made to a 5.
Correct. I don't know if it's. You don't have to tell me if it's persuasion or deception, but I would like that result to be a 5 and our insight to be 16.
Okay. Zephyr and Demos, you are mostly confident. Bree genuinely believes in what she is doing. She believes that she is close to producing a machine that could break through the ring and genuinely catapult her to the forefront of academics. She could be the greatest explorer of all time that broke through the storm and found out what was beyond. She seems to genuinely believe in what she is doing.
I think she's a good egg.
Alright, trust you. I don't trust her, but if you say it, I'll trust it.
As for asking Calden about the item, it may have just been the timing of what occurred, but I believe that might be something to talk about. Then again, Miss Silverport's distracted with thing. Could we talk to Calden about the orrery without her, like, in this?
I would say with as close as she is, you couldn't. If you ask about the orrery, he does. He's kind of. We can talk about that after this. Is one of the things we need to discuss.
Okay. All right, then I don't think we have anything else till Bree's done.
I don't see my thing lighting up. Goblins barking. Perfect. Also, check out my Lego that Megan made for me.
Is it an earring?
It's actually a keychain, she said. It's just a piece of thread, so I hung it around my ear because I thought it was an earring. Anyway,
Okay.
you guys finish your conversation. Get back in the room. Bree gives you the vial of liquid darkness back. And she tells you, she's same, Joe. She says,
Right.
this is not nearly the potency that we need. You can imagine if I'm thinking that the anomalous shard needs to be a power source, that this cannot focus near the amount of power that we are expecting. If you are willing to give this to me, I would be glad to do some research, but I don't believe it can do what we need it to do. We need something that's able to focus extreme power.
What about something a little more shapely and a little more physical? Not gonna whip your leg out or anything.
She just looks confused.
Clutching my robes. Just like,
You would
Marilyn
rather
Monroe
you would rather throw Zephyr to the wolves than give over the cube or the little
No, but I want-
focus.
So the thing is, if she's gonna have us being the one to explore it, would probably have it with us anyway. But I feel like, I don't know. That feels like it's something that the spell, the Starbreaker, I don't think is a weapon. This could very well be a weapon.
So if Zephyr kind of does the Marilyn Monroe thing, I need to do this. It's 12:30. Does anyone need to stop?
I won't lie, I'm pretty tired, but
I could play.
Is that a yes or a no?
I'll yield to the group.
Is Ben
I didn't
still
hear.
Still up. I had coffee.
Yeah, I think the only reason I'm still running is that Celsius.
I'm down to
cool.
keep going at least to wrap up this little like mini
Yeah, we'll
conversation.
see how much longer I can make it. I don't want to stop, but I'm also sleeping. She says if Zephyr does the Marilyn Monroe thing and kind of shows off his leg, like at first there's this like big bug-eyed expression as she sees Zephyr's leg, and first this like supremely concerned, like, oh shit, what happened to Zephyr kind of deal, which is quickly taken over by this like morbid curiosity of firstly, what happened to your leg? Where did it go? What the fuck? And thirdly, you know, what the fuck is that made out of?
I'll whisper in her ear. They say he was kissed by darkness herself.
He gives you kind of a weird look, like she doesn't really understand what you mean by
No,
that.
that's what I was told.
And she, again, you know, kind of gives you a weird look. She doesn't really know what that means. Before she says, that looks... She doesn't know what the item looks like. That where did you get that? What is going? Can I examine it?
I mean, you can't take it off. You can look at it.
So
But no touching.
Bree spends another 20 or 30 minutes or so literally knelt down around Zephyr's leg, using the same kind of spells she was using earlier.
Feel so violated.
The whole time this is happening, I telepathically reach out to Zephyr and I'm like, does this make you uncomfortable? Like, I don't want to throw you out as a pawn. I'll smack somebody around if you don't like it.
I mean, I don't really have a choice here, I guess.
I don't mean to force you to do anything, but like, I don't know. I feel like your leg could do the trick if you were interested in it.
I think you have a choice, but if you're fine to go
I mean,
along
the party,
with the charade,
the party
we'll
seems
let it
dead
ride.
set on opening up hell, but that's okay.
Don't you want to take a trip to hell? It just sounds
Hell,
nice.
you
Like,
say.
Been there, done that.
hell yeah, says Randy. Oh god.
After the time that she spends looking at it, she tells you this doesn't seem to be the same magnitude. She says this is phenomenal. This is unique. I've never seen anything like this. And she, if possible, looks at Zephyr with even more of like the goo eyes than she had before. Like the mystique factor has increased tenfold for Zephyr. Originally she was very interested in Zephyr because he looked so much more alien than anything she'd ever seen. And that's just increased so much by kind of looking at this leg.
Legs so hot. Hot
yeah.
leg. Legs so hot.
She says, I don't think this is capable of the same things as the artifact I've researched. It is, and she repeats some of the same things you have heard from Elazar. That it is an ancient artifact, a piece of a primordial energy condensed into an artifact. She says that she doesn't believe this could stand up to what the kind of power she wants to run through it.
She obviously hasn't seen the power of my Eldritch Blast. Jeez.
I see Snap. Get him, girl.
He says, perhaps if you were willing to detach it from yourself, we could modify it, but I believe that is beyond my capabilities. I don't know about Calden here, but
it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, we're not getting quite that invested in it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry. Leg stays on, okay?
I can understand.
Leg stays on.
Did you? Who made this for you?
That was exactly what I was thinking.
Pardon.
The leg stays on during sex.
Who did make this, Zephyr?
I mean, y'all were with me when I got my leg put on, so you know who made it. Dang old man-o.
Do you tell her that Max made this for you?
Yeah.
Roll a deception check, please.
Wow, you know what? I will roll a deception check.
I was about to say, you Barb, you know better.
15.
Okay. 15? Okay. I have to talk to this person. Where is this Max? This is amazing.
I mean, he's not very sociable. Just heads up.
And you are?
I mean, more so.
Eyebrow waggle? Question mark?
Hey, if it's coming from me, then you know he's not sociable.
Fair enough.
Zephyr doesn't play well with others.
I may have to reach out to this Max. This is amazing, but I don't believe it can focus magic the way that I need it to. If you were not able to obtain this artifact, perhaps there are other solutions, but I may need assistance obtaining another artifact or determining another artifact. We're talking about channeling magic of untold proportions.
What do we think, boys? Do we want to pass up the?
I'll lay it on you. Like, I think you vouch for her a little bit. I'm down to be like, let's pass it on. Randy
Well-
personally does not want to be credited on the research paper or any of the documentation until the mission is a success.
What about Buck Ramble?
Buck
Rusty
Ramble,
Shack.
put him right on.
Yeah, let's say, I'll make a deal with you, Miss Silverport. We will acquire the artifact for you. But to ensure the safety of quite possibly the entire star system, we would be exclusive users of this and maintain it in our possession. Does that seem agreeable?
Let me make sure I understood what you just said. You guys would be exclusive users of Starbreaker. And what was the second thing you said?
Exclusive users of the artifact for the Starbreaker. If they can
Okay.
find another power source, anybody can. You know, I'm saying exclusive control of this, and we keep it in our possession. So if we go our separate ways, it comes with us.
But so we have to. I assume we have to leave it with her for research purposes.
That I'm okay with, but once we get to space with this, saying keep it on us like the keys of the fucking van, and just
Roll a persuasion check. Oh, don't roll it yet. Anybody that wants to help him can. Anybody, one other person that would like to help him could roll instead.
Persuasion.
Yes.
My persuasion's +7.
Oh, shit.
That's
Demos
Yeah.
and Zephyr both roll, please. Whoa.
A nat 20!
All
I'm not
right.
even gonna bother rolling.
Yeah, Zephyr, you don't have to do anything except bat your eyelashes while Demos is talking.
Zephyr's leg's still out. Like,
mhm.
I pull up my robe a little bit more.
Yeah, Zephyr's pretty privileged.
I've
Comes in
got very
hard.
muscular thighs.
I was about to say, pulls it up past the metal to your actual muscle and stuff. Okay. Bree says, if you believe you can actually obtain this artifact, I will agree to nearly any terms. She isn't actually looking at Demos when she says this. She's looking at Zephyr. But,
My eyes are up here, ma'am.
Zephyr, I imagine you hold it up and just sort of stroke it gently, like, oh, we can acquire it.
it's like,
as long as you will allow me to put it into the Starbreaker for its uses, you can do whatever you want with it afterwards.
can you say that
Somebody
again? For me, just a
ask her
little
why she
slower.
wants to break a star, please. Ugh.
That's just the code name for the project. She's already revealed that it is hopefully going to break through the Storm of Siberies.
Oh yeah, there was a Project Earthbreaker a few years back at Moorgrave. Turned out to be a shovel. It was very, sometimes things can sound much cooler than they are because we have a flair for the dramatic around here.
Man named B showed up and he was like, I'll break your earth.
Okay, so Deimos will, not begrudgingly, but say, I hope you understand our caution. And we'll remove the object and pass it to Bree.
Bree looks thrilled. Like at this point, she was on the verge of tears when you guys kind of began to work with her and agreed that you would help her. But when you hand her the artifact, like tears running down her face. Is so happy to see that you've given her this thing she needs. If she's done 25% of the work and only needed 75% left to finish it, you've given her half of that 75. And so she, she doesn't, I won't say oddly, she's very well educated, does not touch it with her bare hands.
Yeah, don't recommend that one.
Mm-hmm. She seems to understand she does not need. She seems to understand what a powerful artifact this is, and seems to treat it accordingly. It's almost like you've handed her a nuclear bomb. She kind of acts in that way, and she very carefully puts it away, wraps it up. Takes it. She don't put it in her office because that's not secure. She puts it like on her person, and she turns and looks at Calvin. She says, "If you are willing to allow us to use the shard, we could be on our way soon. We could, barring a ship to hold the Starbreaker and the work to put all this together, we could be off in months."
A ship, you say?
Will this transport just one ship across, do you believe, or multiple?
You can see her. She makes a embarrassed face. She tells you that she thinks they need a particular kind of ship. She says that most Spelljammers don't seem to be able to would not be able to. Fuck is that? Oh, I see. It's Pippin.
With the Palantir.
Oh,
That's a pretty good representation of it. It's Pippin or Mary, I don't remember which.
Pippin.
But
I think it
Biz
is
Pippin.
Yeah.
But she looks. What did I say earlier? Not embarrassed, but maybe I did say embarrassed. She says, "I think we need a ship that is able to. We need a ship that is able to carry the Starbreaker. It is going to be a large construct. It is my understanding we're going to need a specific kind of ship that the GIF manufacture. If we can." And she missed you guys. Oh man, there's so many things she would tell you guys after this. Holy shit. Sorry, y'all. We're gonna pick up there next week.